Good morning, people. Good morning. Happy New Week. It is Monday, the 4th of December. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as Margs always says, you're hosted by the best people. I'm one of them, your favorite, your favorite shade queen and always my royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. See, you're double merched up today. Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course I am.
what's that sound?
I don't know.
I thought it was a like automated camera. And so the camera was going to do the levels itself. And I thought, look at where we are. Look at where we are in life.
How are you, Esther?
Tired, man. I've been gallivanting all weekend since Friday evening. This life is not for me. I am confirmed 100% a homebody and an introvert. I am, like, my social battery is low. Low.
What happened? What drained it?
Do you know what it is? I can't socialize too much. I get tired. Like, I can't socialize. So take off. I can't socialize too much. Even like with family. If I spend a whole day with my family, they ain't see me for the next 2 days. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't be around people in a prolonged period of time and just business. But let me run down my weekend. So what did I do Friday? Oh, Friday I went to see my friend, which was nice actually. We had a nice little catch up. Saturday I went to a party. It was like a club type of party. I was tired. I was so tired. So already I went into Saturday before I was asleep, which is not great. Because obviously I go to the gym and I wasn't going to compromise on that. My burpees were weak, but I went to the gym regardless. I couldn't sleep because I watched Squid Game. I'm going to talk about that. I have my bad to own up to on the Squid Game account. So we'll get to that. Very intense weekend I had. And then, yes, I went to the party, which was nice. That was fun. Then obviously church, Sunday. Then I went to Chucky and Taser's R&B event. Chucky and Taser, right, are single-handedly, well, double-handedly, going to take over the nation with R&B. Because it was a massive, so it was at Roundhouse. First of all, anyway, that venue, we'll talk about that in a second. But it's so sick, like, what they're doing, as in the concept of just partying to R&B. And I'm like, hey, so we're doing the O2 next kind of vibe. It's lit. Because it's basically because I think the venue, that's what made me really deep it. Because that's the kind of venue you would go to see, like, rock stars and the composers and like, you would have concerts in.
It's quite big.
It's a massive venue. And I was like, it's not a concert happening here. This is an R&B link up.
Sorry, the concept of partying to R&B is groundbreaking?
How many people have done it?
No, please put the
No, but how many people have done it though?
season on Taser and Chucky.
No, but that's no, but how many people have done? No one's done that though.
I'm sure there's been R&B parties before.
Not selling out in 30 seconds.
I know a couple, but I'm not going to plug them.
Do they sell out in 30 seconds?
No,
Because Taser and Chucky sold out in 30 seconds.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't know there was.
Taser pull, man.
I didn't know about the other ones.
so come on, man.
Come on, man.
But nah, man, they're sick, man. So that was fun.
3,000 people,
It's lit.
2 bars.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He's all of them.
I'm like the furniture in R&B.
Not the
I'll be honest
furniture.
with you, R&B is not the same when I don't go still.
All right.
And the people complain. That's why I got to make sure I pull up.
All right.
You get me?
No, yeah. Can we talk about the venue then, please? I'm glad you brought up the 2 bars.
That was a joke.
Do you know what was a joke as soon as I walked in, Marks? What was the joke? Sorry, is that this weekend was so cold as well.
Oh, it was
I
horrible.
need to try not to get cold because I was naked for most part of it. And here I am. Anyways, right? Walk in now. It's like Mark said, it's a 3,000 people capacity. I walk in with my big coat because I like being warm. Get to the cloakroom. I just see that it's bare. I'm like, oh, that's lovely. There's no queue. Oh, sorry, it's closed off. I said, what do you mean? Why is it closed off? It's at full capacity. But I was queuing up for time. Like, basically, yeah, we're in the queue for time here because finding parking. Well, in
Camden. Oh, God.
Finding park. Listen, I'm gonna put this out here. I'm not trying to big myself up, but you see, when it comes to parking, I can park. If there's a stereotype that women can't park, I single-handedly am changing the game. Because one thing about me, I'm going to squeeze into a space. You know them ones where you have to like, ding, 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 ding. That's me. But guess what? I'm going to be in there. I squeeze myself into a space. Great, whatever. So the queue was crazy because we were trying to find parking. It was a whole thing. Get in there, and I'm like, how is the cloakroom at capacity when there's still about over 1,000 people outside? Oh, it's just 750. Like, the cloakroom allows basically 750 items kind of vibe. I said, so you built a venue that's 3,000 people, and the cloakroom only allows 750 items in winter.
Yeah, they're not thinking straight.
So that was when I knew these people y'all are dumb. But the second time I knew they were dumb was when, so there's 2 levels, right? There was the main level, which was standing, and then the seated upstairs. Cool. I don't know why anyone would want to get seated tickets to an R&B event like this. I would want to mingle on the main floor, but that's just me. Cool, whatever. Then there's people at the door that check before you come into like whatever space you're meant to be in. But the people aren't doing their jobs clearly, because all of a sudden now the lights go on, the music goes off, and they're like, basically there's too many people downstairs. People who are meant to be seen upstairs need to go back upstairs because essentially the venue wants to lock off the event.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, so the people at the door, when you're asking people to check to get their tickets out, and you're getting me to have to go on the web browser, what are you checking? What exactly are you checking? That I have a ticket, because how else would I have gotten in here? So yeah, the venue, the IQ levels on the planning side of things is very low.
Did you enjoy it though?
Yes, I did. All that being said and done. It was, but that was not, all of that stuff was nothing to do with Taser and Chucky. And that's what's annoying, because I'm like, sometimes these venues try to be cheeky, and are they going to try and blame them for things that they actually didn't do themselves? But it was a great time.
I don't think I'm raving on school nights anymore, man.
It's a lot.
I'm not built for this no more, man. I'm not cut out for this lifestyle.
It's a lot. Going out on a school night is honestly like...
It's above me, man.
Because when I'm out, I'm calculating my sleep. And I already know how tired I'm going to be. When my alarm went off, because my alarm goes off earlier than when I should get in the shower, so I can spend some time with God. I spent time with God this morning. I snooze I never snooze my alarm. Like, this is my first snooze of the year. I just snoozed my alarm. When it went off seconds, I wanted to throw my phone. This is stupid.
You're better than me, boy. I
Girl.
snooze on a regular.
No.
I do as well, but I do it so I'm aware of how much 5 minutes is.
Yeah, but you know what's dumb is mine's 10 minutes. But you know when it's like, it's 7 and it's like, oh, I can get back at 7:30. It'll be every 10 minutes. I'm like, just get up.
Just get up. Now it's 9 a.m. Just get up.
Literally.
I feel like snoozes
Why don't you
are
just
so
set
scary.
the alarm earlier if you know you want to snooze? It's like set the alarm earlier than you need to be up.
No, but that's the thing. So my alarms are, usually I wake up. Okay, so I've got 2 alarms. My first one goes at 5 a.m. That's when I should get up to read my Bible, pray, all that kind of stuff. Then the second one goes at 5:45. So when I'm reading or whatnot, I know it's time for me to get to the shower kind of thing. So the 5 a.m. went off. I said, okay, I'll get up in a second.
5:45.
5:45. That's when I snoozed.
Oh, so you read your Bible for 45 minutes every morning?
Yeah, I'll say
You are
45
close to God, boy. You are.
Someone's got to keep all of this going. Someone's got to. Word in God's
45
ears.
minutes of verses every morning.
That's it, on verses, you know.
That's dedication. You must be God's favorite.
Right. Well, this year has proven.
I don't think priests. I don't think priests do that.
God thinks I'm strong. I keep telling him I'm not. So I'm not your strongest soldier, bro. But yes, that was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
How was it for you? You've been many times.
I didn't really get the R&B experience this time.
Why not?
Probably the venue, the way it was set up, the VIP bit up and around the corner wasn't really
It's not your bag.
Wasn't really going in.
I hear you.
So I was in Gen Pop. You know I don't like fraternising with humans.
Sorry.
I've never seen you wearing a watch before.
What this?
Oh,
Course.
So this whole thing.
Something like
This whole thing.
Of course you see me wearing this.
Never seen you wearing a watch before.
I got jewelry, you know. I just keep it at home.
Of course you're true.
Keep it at home.
I just don't wear it. I don't like, I don't like making a scene.
Oh, get out of here.
We just land on a Monday morning.
You don't see that big diamond chain that I got? Well, it's not
What, the
big,
Mastang
but,
one?
yeah, but it's not big, but it dances. It really sings, blings. VS
It
ones.
really sings.
Yeah, those are nice stones. It's in my drawer more time. I ain't even
First of
got
all,
it
don't be telling
actually.
people where you keep your stuff.
No, but it's not in my drawer anymore.
That's
No, I ain't even. It's not at home. It's in Manchester. My brother's got it. That's how much I love it. It's just brother's got it. You get me? But
So your brother just went around the streets of Manchester, mashed down on his neck.
yep, flexing. He messaged me the other day. He's like, I need a chain.
So the power of the chain. Huh?
Yeah, he's like, I changed my mind. I need a chain, man. I was like, go get that.
That's so funny, man.
But yeah, nah. And then yeah, so it was more like I didn't really like. Usually, I'm always, and because of the bar situation,
Yeah,
couldn't drink as much as I wanted to.
yeah.
So I felt sober as a judge in there.
Sober as a judge.
Yeah.
Where are you
that
getting
one
the sayings
before.
from?
Huh?
I've never heard that before.
I've never. I feel like he just.
Hey.
You just make it up.
Oh, I'm sure it's a thing.
Well, it is now.
And then so it was just like socializing with the man. It felt like a youth clubby kind of vibe, if that makes sense. Just chilling and chatting shit and whatever. And to be totally honest with you, I could probably like off memory, I could probably think about hearing like 5 songs, and I was in there
Really?
from early. Like there's 5 songs that I probably remember hearing. Like so, it was a different experience,
Yeah.
but it was good though. It was fun. See, they had got done the production. You see, they had the people singing with them
The
and
live
thing and all
choir.
that.
Yeah, they had a live choir. The people could sing.
Yeah, so they done something different, and obviously I always
was
enjoy it.
fun.
It was a dope experience to see them do that.
Yeah, and they had like a screen and they had like lyrics on there as well
Yeah.
for some of the songs as well, which was really cool.
Yeah,
And had
so-
like the effects, you know, the like the little light effects. It's like a yellow, like orange rays and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
yeah, so it was lit. It was fun, but R&B is always fun. But that place, you're right. They're gonna have to go all too soon, but
Yeah.
because
it was-
it doesn't matter what venue they do. Yeah, people start to complain that it's too
Sold out,
packed,
yeah.
or that it's sold out too quick, or there was too
Yeah.
many people in there. And I'm like, this is like, the venue
Yeah.
gets bigger every week. I don't know what you want them to do.
Do you know what it is
Why
there
don't
for
they
me?
just do like either an event like back to back, so maybe like a Saturday and a Sunday, or like 2 weekends in a row?
Oh, do you know what? I saw Taser tweet.
I've bare other dancers as well. He's got faders on every
Yeah.
weekend and thing.
You tweeted that, and basically, this one, the Roundhouse, was actually booked in January. Like they planned it this time last year, and they booked the venue in January.
Oh.
So essentially, all the other ones have been leading to Coco and this one.
And they said there's 13,000 people on the waiting list
That's
for
crazy.
tickets.
And it sold out in 30 seconds.
Wow.
You know what?
Big
How
up
does it
them.
feel to be God's favourite? Because you see
Nah.
that, yeah? No, because that's like a dream.
That's
you know when you
lit.
don't have to even worry about like ticket
It's
sales are the
lit.
least of your problems. There's people that like struggle to sell tickets. So imagine like having something that sells within 30 seconds.
Do you know how mad that is?
That's dope, man. I love
It's
that
proper
for you.
mad. It's proper crazy. But that's the thing,
I
though,
want
'cause-
that same level of favour, God, please.
Amen to that,
From
girl.
my lips to your ears, thanks.
Amen. But that's the thing, though, with the venue, because even though it was like 3,000 people, it still felt, because one of the things that annoyed me was people just barging into me. But like, I just feel like people have no manners, like zero. Like, I know the music is on, but trust and believe, if you're walking straight into me, some kind of lips me. I said,
Sir.
why is your face so close to my lips? What are we doing here? There's no need. People have no sense of spatial awareness.
It's R&B, really.
Nah, man, move your stupid lips.
You might
Move your
want
lips.
To, you might want to get his shit off.
Nah, man, you might develop a third lip. Move your lips, man. It was so annoying. And people that have the least amount of spatial awareness are tall people. Tall people don't act their height, and that shit pisses me off.
Like when
They
they
don't
stand in
understand-
front of you.
They're just like, what are you doing? There was some guy, yeah.
Because you know you look like, you know them balloon
No,
things?
that's no, Gina.
balloon things
That
are
was
like-
intentional. There was some guy, yeah, and I just hope by chance he's a TDA watcher with a fisherman hat. You're a dickhead. That's what you are. He was tall, yeah. I certain situation made me realize how short I am. Just fair, that's fine. But he was so tall, but like he didn't understand. I feel like he hasn't grasped how his body moves. So like he'd be leaning back, but it's like he doesn't realize he's leaning back. He'll be to the side without. It was crazy, and I was like, how do you not know how to function? How do you not know how to carry yourself?
Did you go into the middle bit?
No, there's no way. I wouldn't have come out with a ponytail. I said to my girls, I'll be real with you, yeah. If I come out with my hair still attached, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna be shocked. That's how much people are like barging and just pulling and then people walk and then like hit you and then be like, sorry. There's only one girl that had sense. Basically, she was walking past me and she literally stomped on my feet. I said, I'm understanding here. But then she clocked that she must have hit somebody. So because she was like 2 people in front of me, then she was like, did I hit you? And I said, yes. She did, ma'am. She's like, I'm so sorry. She just kept apologizing. I was like, it's fine, babe. Like, but I appreciated that. Everyone else just hitting me and just acting as though I didn't even exist. I said, this is very stupid. People have no special words. People have no manners. It's so annoying, man. Some of you stink. Some of you stink.
You really are a homebody then.
I am. I like being in my house. I really am. Like when I go out, I can't be out for more than a certain amount of time. So even when I go to like parties, like events and stuff, I work out when I arrive to when I'm gonna leave because I know my battery and I know that point where I'm gonna dip. When I'm dipped, honey, I've got to dip. I've got to go. So, but it was fun though. Regardless, it was a nice time.
Good.
It was a
So
good time.
do people have a good time when it's ram like that?
Yeah, they was having
The vibe can be good.
having a whale of a time.
Yeah, because it can be rammed here and the vibe is dead. That's the worst combination. But even if it's like, even though it was like that, because I realized that everyone must be going through the same thing. Obviously, yeah, everyone must be going through the same thing. But the vibe was good that it was fine, basically.
Okay.
Hella touchings.
Oh, as in you can squeeze and stuff?
No, thankfully, that was not squeezed once, which was very good.
So it's not a free
I was
pass.
worried about that. It's definitely never a free pass.
All right.
But you know when guys trying to walk past you and they can't grab your waist, you don't have to do this. You're practically giving me a hug. I don't know you from nowhere. Just walk past.
What if you turned around and it was an interesting face?
Oh, hello.
I saw
Didn't see you there.
I saw a thing yesterday. And it was like flattery, harassment. It was so funny though because the 2 pictures were complete opposites. I just thought, wow, this is actually true.
Nah.
Jesus, it's hard.
It's
isn't
pretty
it?
privilege. So men have men. That's not talked about enough.
Oh, that's
Men
the
have
thing.
pretty
That's
privilege.
He
the
knows.
thing.
He talks about it.
That's the
He
thing.
pops his shit off all the time. Literally.
That you do.
Face card don't decline, baby.
Men are so annoying. But other than that, it was a good time. How was you guys this
I'm done
weekend?
though, man.
You done what? Partying
Yeah, it's
for
over.
the season?
Huh?
For the season?
For last week.
Dubai took it out of you, innit?
Yeah, I feel I feel
Yeah.
like Dubai. What?
You were about
Thinking
to
about
lie.
it. Yeah.
No. Did you see him about to lie? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you've been down bad since Dubai. Like you just needed rest since Dubai.
I'm tired, man.
Party holidays
tired.
are intense though, man. I don't. I say that, but look where I'm about to go.
Right, where you
Just
going?
keep my mouth shut. To the motherland.
Oh yeah,
What's
I
gonna
could
suck
have
everything.
guessed that.
That's
What?
why I
They're
haven't
gonna
been able
do
to do it.
He's
You
gonna
know,
suck the life out of me.
that's why I haven't been able to do it. Like I was meant to go to Ghana. You know the actual main year of Death of December when it was like that year. I think it was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, the time, yeah.
I cancelled my ticket last minute. I just said,
How was it?
yeah, man. 'Cause I was just like, it gives me not anxiety, but I'm just like, oh, this just looks so much. And when I was watching my friends, like people are out and they come back at 5 a.m. Oh, it was making me tired watching people and then seeing how like packed the clubs and stuff were. That was like, I was like,
It's a lot. It is
I'm
a
yet
lot.
to go.
But the good thing is, because I'm such a veteran and I'm seasoned, the great thing is I don't have FOMO and I don't care. So
yeah.
like, I don't need to go to every single event. Do you know what it is? I just can't spend Christmas in this country.
I hear you.
I actually can't do
You
it.
say you don't have FOMO?
No.
You know something we don't know.
Silence is deafening.
Why are you being quiet? I don't have FOMO. I'm sorry. Is there something that you want to go for address?
I'm not saying anything.
No, because you're being silent.
You happen to be at every single motive.
No, I don't.
Go in. And then
I-
you come and complain that,
No,
I'm so tired. I'm not built for this.
No, that's
This
how
must
I
be
know-
somebody else then.
That's how I know you don't listen.
Said it must be somebody else.
No, Esther. Have I not recently been staying my ass at home?
She has recently.
Clearly,
been her
you don't
ass at
listen
home,
when I'm
yeah.
speaking.
No, I heard that bit.
What are you talking
When it
about?
is you're popped down, you can't go anywhere.
No, but it's not even about me. I don't have to be popped down. I just don't want to go.
Uh-huh.
To be fair, the pop down was the
Sorry.
start of your homebodiness though.
Yeah,
Remember when you were ill?
Where
Yeah.
are you going this December?
Yeah, but that's not because of FOMO. Did you not just listen
Forget
to?
about that. It's a
I'm
separate
going
question.
to
It's a
Ghana.
separate question. Separate question.
Where am I going?
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to Dubai on Wednesday for a wedding.
And then?
Then when I'm back for like 2 days, and I'm going to Ghana, and then I'm going to South Africa. Fair enough.
Yeah, you
But-
you just undid everything you said.
No, it does. No, I did not. Because do you know what the crazy thing is? I don't get why that means I like to be outside.
To be fair,
I just
travel
don't
is
want to be in the
different, though.
country.
Yeah, travel is different.
Do you get what I mean?
Travel is different.
And you're
to that.
acting as if to say I'm going to be outside every single day that I'm going away. I'm going to be drinking coconut water and chilling on the balcony chatting to my mum.
You're just killing me. You might just want to block. Because you've seen your stories.
No, it's fine.
Because a
No.
clip will be released on New Year's Day.
That's fine. But the crazy thing is, I'm not saying I'm not going to go out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying that, do you know what I mean? I'm just saying I don't have FOMO. I don't have to be at every single event. I know the events I plan to go to in Ghana already. I don't have to go to all of them.
What makes certain events better than the other events in Ghana?
Venue.
Oh, it's in Bloom Block. Bloom Block.
Absolutely
Bloom
not.
Bar.
Don't you dare.
Are they not?
Our beloved Bloom. It was Ace that closed down.
Oh, I thought I saw like a final party poster from Bloom Bar.
No, it's from Ace.
I was like, oh, okay.
Where
Where's
they
Ace
just
at? Where's
closed.
Ace at?
Ace is Osu.
I knew, yeah.
But they didn't close. They just opened a new, bigger venue, which they needed to do for about 10 years anyway. Because it's literally like a box, but everybody and their dog
Is in there.
goes in there. Like, literally. But, yeah, venue and promoters. Like, can I just... You see DLT, yeah, I'm sorry, but the DLT experience in Ghana is unmatched.
Is it?
Honestly, it's so unmatched. Like, I've been to DLT... I haven't been to DLT in the UK, ever. And everybody I know that has been has always said that abroad ones are better, but the ones in Ghana are unmatched.
Because remember there was a DLT you went to recently, innit?
Malta.
Yeah, that one, where there's enjoyment galore, innit?
Yeah.
So the Ghana one's far better than that?
That one's different though, because that was for DLT, so the whole holiday was their different events. So
Oh,
I feel
okay,
like you can't
okay.
really compare it.
Okay.
Whereas in Ghana, they just do like random pop-ups, like.
Okay.
But Ghana's home, innit? So it's always gonna be.
I think they're doing the first one in Nigeria this year.
Yeah, they are, and they're doing my essay as well.
Oh, sick. Pick up DLT, man. They're just
And
killing
don't
it.
for me, because I'm not going to one an essay, you loser. I'm going to essay for someone's birthday, actually. It was my friend's 35th.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's where we're going. So we're going from Ghana.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to be outside. I'm just making it clear. I didn't say that I'm not. I just said I don't have FOMO. That's what I said.
Not having FOMO is honestly one of the best things in the world.
I don't
things in
have
the world.
FOMO.
That's why I can easily be a homebody and not.
You
I don't
don't
care.
get a chance to get FOMO.
Because you're out.
She ain't tried it to see what it's like.
Basically, when it is, you're missing it, and you're like, oh.
You know what the joke is?
You
You're
get
meant to be on my side.
right in there.
No, but no, I actually don't have FOMO. I actually enjoy being in my house.
good.
And it's freezing. Like, literally, it's so cold here. Unless I have to go. Like, have to.
Nah, getting ready to
Just
go out
not
here
ready to
and
do
then
it.
getting outside and seeing your car as ice is crazy. It's just like, what are we doing here? But that's where we're at, man. Bren, how are you?
I'm alright.
Oh, fuck how he is. Sorry, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You, man, how are you doing?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. Can't complain. I went to a Yoruba Nation community.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
I'm so over you.
Excuse
Like, I'm so over you. Like,
You know how many nations do you belong to?
There's only two, man.
That's lit, though.
Thank you.
That is lit.
You know, I was
'Cause I
thinking to
like
invite
being
you.
in the
You know?
community. Oh, I would have come, actually.
Alright, cool.
Did I have food there?
Yeah, of course.
What did they talk about? Did they talk about like the situation with like the land, what's happening?
Kind of, but more so about what we can do in the diaspora and how.
Let me know the
we
next
can-
one. I would actually come.
Alright, cool.
Because you know what? We're missing community. Because basically, there's a video of some man, he went viral. And I don't know what country he's from. It's Nigerian, I can't remember. But he's moved here from another country, right? An African country. And you know when the people in the roads ask you a question, whatever, and they basically asked him like, what's one of the hardest things he's dealing with or whatever. And he basically said that not having friends. He was like coming from somewhere where you had a life, you had friends, you had everything, and then coming to a place where you don't really know anybody. It's a difficult thing to...
Oh, that brother saying he was lonely and things.
Yeah, that loneliness, yeah. And so that sparked a whole conversation. It was so lovely. Someone found his page and then they asked him if they could put his... Cause people were like, oh, like, where's he from? I would meet up with him. I want to be friends with him. That kind of... Just to provide him with a community. And it's so sweet. A lot of people followed him and stuff like that. And they're like, wanted to meet up with him. And then people have been talking about there should be communities like that because essentially when our parents moved here, they kind of had those communities. But in this day and age, because this society is so individualistic now,
Yep.
when people move over, they don't really have that the way our parents did.
And I think also because now we're like the first generation,
Yeah.
we don't see ourselves in the exact same way as needing, you know what I mean? So
And we do need that though, because when I think about, we do need that. I think it's difficult though, going from like calling people aunties and stuff like, which there still are, to realize that now you're their age when you're calling them auntie. Like when I think about when I was calling people auntie and uncle, I'm approaching that age. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't that old. In my mind, they were like in their 40s.
yeah,
And
exactly, it's true.
they weren't.
True.
They were late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
That's where we at.
100%.
So now really it's falling on us to be able to pass that on so that the younger generation have something. Otherwise we're actually gonna lose community in the black community, you know. We're really gonna lose it.
I think when people came over back in the day, like the government made efforts to get people over and all that from like West Africa, Asia, Caribbean, and they came in their droves, innit? So a lot of the time, whole communities,
Oh yeah, we're moving.
not whole communities, but people that knew each other, families, relatives, they all came at the same time, innit?
Yeah.
And there's not really that thing anymore. Obviously, we're all just here living. A lot of the people that do the traveling stuff, they're literally just traveling the world.
Yeah.
I find bare people that move over here just for the sake of it, by themselves, like no,
Like nothing to come to. You just
no structure, no community, no support system. They're just here. Like if they died on the side of the road, no one would know. And there's
sad.
bare people like that living
There
in
is.
London. I think they're sick because I'm thinking that I don't think. Well, maybe later in my life, I don't know. But getting up and just going and just being on my one somewhere in a whole new country and just starting from scratch.
I think one of my biggest temptations is shit. Just wanted to up and leave. But I feel like
It's a thought that you can flirt with, but the actual reality
doing
of it
it
is scary. I think those people are so brave that do that. I always talk to them like, what made you come
do
here? Yeah, like, why would you do that? What about your brethren and thing? You get me?
True.
So
yeah, it is a lot. Because I remember during COVID, that was one of the saddest things about COVID for me, was people that were alone and no one knew they were alone. There's a lady that died, some black lady died, and no one found her till like 2 years. Landlord's a bitch because kept taking rent and stuff like that. But 2 years after was when her body was found or something like that.
Taking rent.
Yeah,
it's been direct debit, innit?
Yeah.
yeah, and debit. Because I think the council was also paying it, so no one had said anything.
Landlord's a bitch, though, yeah? Didn't know that. She had popped
There's nobody in there. Didn't think she'd call you for the boiler, nothing. Saying her from her. And you just kept taking the money. 2 years.
Taking money.
It's crazy, man.
Receiving money, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Also, Squid Game, very quickly, right? So I decided to watch it after the Friday situation. This is where My Bad is inserted. I was riding hard for them heifers.
Girl,
I was riding hard for them
I'm
heifers.
not gonna lie. On Friday, I thought let me just leave her to have it because girl.
No, but I'm an empath, so I always this is how my brain is wired. I'm always going to think about people and I've seen people down bad. Like I've seen people suffering. I've seen people with nothing. I've seen people have to make difficult decisions, stuff like that. So stuff like that. When you see stuff like that, it doesn't leave you. So I will always apply that to situations. But obviously, when I was watching the show, so Friday, just anyone who doesn't watch Friday's show, I said I felt like the concept of the show was exploiting people in desperate need of money and blah, 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 blah. Come to watch the show now.
We tried to tell you.
First of all, you didn't try to tell me nothing because neither of you had watched it.
No, I remember
You
I
said
told-
you started, you never finished anything you start watching.
No, because it's not finished.
How many episodes are left?
There's only one now. I'm up to date.
Yeah, but when did you get up to date? You went up to date on Friday.
No, I got up to date yesterday.
Exactly.
But on
So
Friday. No, but Friday was half. I think it was half on Friday.
yeah, you didn't give me that energy. Sorry. So no, so you can't be spicing in here. And Gina was watching his side when George was watching it here and there, ad hoc watching.
Leave George out of this. I'm joking.
Love George. But do you get me? So neither of you are coming to me as if like I know for a fact.
I was trying to be on your
No,
side.
I'd watched a
Because
few.
we'll roll the tapes.
No, I'd watched a few episodes, but again, I would never ride hard anyway and give facts because
I just don't like people. I just don't like the fact people are poor. And obviously, the topic of the day talk about billionaires and shit. I was already in like in a state. Anyways, I'm watching this show. I'm thinking these people are heifers. That's just heifers.
stupid.
There was a few sad stories there and whatnot. There was a girl who said she's deaf or she's deaf.
Sorry.
But do you know what it is? I'm not sure if she is because you know when they did the 2 game and the guy was like to her, he said, I never. He said, she was like, I want to start a foundation and, help with deaf people. And that's why I've been in here to teach people sign language. You said, we've been talking and you never put one sign up at me. And he said, I'm deaf too. That's true.
It was so funny. Because honestly, it was the first time. Because like you said, she was like, I want to start up
Oh, she started
Nah,
sounding.
she was going
first time
hard.
ever.
All of a sudden, you know.
But she's been talking normally.
Normally, there's nothing. Has she even got a hearing aid? He's got one.
He's got one. But she said, oh, when he said I'm deaf, she said, yeah, I saw your hearing aid. I said,
Where's yours?
did you now? Girl.
You know, some of them can lip read very well.
Yeah, so
and they can still talk.
She said that though. She said basically for her, she lip reads and it's very difficult sometimes being in a group and stuff like that. To be fair, I did believe her because I think a couple scenes after, there was some guy he was actually doing sign language to her, like it was something trivial, like fuck them hoes kind of vibe. And then he did in sign language, and I was like, okay, do you know what? Maybe she has been in here teaching people because there's a bear of them in that room, you know. And it's like I'm meeting people in the final, and I'm like, who are you? When did you get here?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, they've been there the whole time.
What's that, a reality thing?
No, you know Squid Game, the first one, the game show. They've done a real life version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about it.
It's actually really good.
Was it good, yeah?
I binged it. It's actually really good.
Are they killing people?
No.
Nah,
They
unfortunately.
can't do that.
God damn.
Okay, but why do they do that though? Whenever they're
What the-
eliminated, they have like a little paint situation and they all fall to the ground.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it's kind of...
It's stupid. That's what it is. Because they're all like, because I know it's not real. I know you're not dead, but they'll be like, oh, and they fall
Yeah,
to the
innit?
ground. What are you doing? Get up, stand up. But so really,
Is
so
it the
basically,
same shows from the movie? It's the same games from the movie?
basically, yeah. I think they changed one or two.
Yeah.
But what my bad came into was obviously that stupid boy,
Don't know.
299, that was crying on the floor in it. So when I watched that, that's why I was writing her because I thought, oh my gosh, like maybe they're putting a lot of stress on.
Mm-hmm.
He's an egg. He's a.
Yes,
okay,
he
well,
is.
I feel bad for him. I still feel bad for him.
No,
He's weak.
he's an animal.
He's weak. But basically, I realized that what he was doing in that video we watched, this is just him. He was trying to hold his stick in. So every time he gets nervous and whatnot, this guy wants to throw up.
Oh, is it?
He's always like, and other people were like, I swear, if you throw up in here. So that's what he was doing. All of that stuff he was doing.
Was to hold it in.
Yeah, but also as well, watching it, he got the day he deserved by being out like that. He got the day he deserved. Weak, silly man.
He messed up his team though.
He did. But there was no other way for anybody to win, like to not get that shape.
But they saw him as weak, so they knew that. Like,
Yeah, could you see how he started crying?
yeah, 100%.
From when so basically he had to make a decision for his team, right? But you don't know you're in the team until last second, right? But because he knows that he's up against like very like assertive people, he starts to cry.
Yeah.
He starts to cry because he's like, oh no, they're gonna almost like they're gonna weigh me down kind of vibe.
Oh, boy, bad.
I was like, stand up. And then he was just crying. I said, and you haven't even had to make the decision yet. It was really good though. I do think people should definitely watch it. It's really, really good. I'm looking forward to the last one because some people didn't find out. I did not expect that.
So are you like on the very last?
So I'm waiting for the
up to
last
date?
episode that's coming
Okay,
out in
cool.
3 days. Because I'm a binge
Yeah.
watcher, so I literally just binge all of it. And then the last one. But I also found it funny because it's like people were cussing, so they'll cuss somebody that they know that they feel like that they feel is a threat to them for doing something, but they're doing the exact same thing.
Oh, I know
Like the
exactly
Asian
what you're
lady,
talking about. Yeah,
they keep cussing her, but I'm like, but you are doing the exact same thing she's doing. So what are you talking about? Sorry, that black girl left.
And exactly. Yep.
And I like to root for black women, but I wanted her out. I didn't want her to even
Same.
be anywhere near that 4.56 million.
Is that how much they win?
That's how much they're winning, you know.
Yeah.
And they get to see the money. That the money hangs in the bedroom. So whenever people leave, each person that leaves is worth $10,000. And then so if say like 20 people leave, they will light up the thing, and they just watch all the money pour in. And I'm like, it's sick because when they actually started, they watched that fill up, and then now there's 3 of them, and I'm like, one of you is actually going to be a millionaire. It's lit,
Damn, Daniel.
Papa.
Has anybody watched the Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix?
No.
Nope.
As in Usher, the R&B sick. Not Usher Raymond. No.
I think you should watch it.
Oh, is it?
It's somewhere. Bit of you, mate.
Is it a film or a series?
It's a series.
How many episodes? How many seasons?
8 episodes.
One season.
Just one season.
What's it about?
I would say it's about, you know, where you meet a crossroad demon and it gives you an option of wealth.
Ooh.
And then you have to basically sacrifice something.
Ooh.
It's
I like
about
the Illuminati.
that, but it's well done. Like, very well done.
Okay, I'll get into that.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
It's
scary
got
for
love
you.
sex in it. Oh,
Sex, not really. There's hedonism and stuff, but it's light.
is it scarier than when what's that name? Santos showed up in
Queen of the South.
Queen of the South. That was
Why do I remember that?
girl. That was
Did that scare you?
yeah. I started watching after that.
Oh, is it?
It was just too. It was weird. It wasn't so much. It was just weird. It just got very weird very quickly, and I just didn't get it.
Who's Santos?
The Satan.
The Satan guy. One of the guys that used to provide the drugs. And remember,
Yeah.
he had like was it a card
Yeah.
on his packaging? Do you remember? There was always like a card on the packaging.
Okay.
Have you finished
remember
it?
I don't know if I can compare it to that. I don't know, but it's loud. There's a few stuff. It's jumpy.
That's fine. I just watch it at
I'm a
night time.
pussy, oh.
You will watch it at nighttime?
I just won't watch it at night time.
Oh, I don't know if it is that you should watch it. Stuff might stick in your head.
The only thing I've
You're
seen in my
fine.
life.
You're completely fine.
First of all, I grew up on Nollywood.
It's a brilliant.
I grew up on
TV series.
Nollywood doing up rituals and stuff like that. I remember films when I was young.
Run it. Run
I'll
it.
be fine.
Go on, run it.
So
Be
run
brave.
it.
He's just like, you know what?
said
I've
be
given
brave.
I've given you the disclaimers.
Then go forth.
Yeah. Go,
Do it at
go,
your-
go. But it's very good. Very, very good.
I like a show with a good storyline. Like I want to be hooked on something. You know what I mean? You know those storylines that just have you. I need shows like that.
What's the last great show you've watched?
Ooh, I don't know. You know.
Vikings.
The last show that had me like that, where I was just hooked on the storyline, it was what's the German one called?
Yellowstone.
No, Yellowstone was
I'm
called.
watching Yellowstone now.
Yellowstone's cold.
What you looking about?
Did I tell? I bust you in it.
What? Excuse me.
I did. I told you to watch that.
Calm down. I told you to watch it.
What?
You can't get our relationship mixed up, please.
Stop doing the
You
Spider-Man
don't recommend
thing.
stuff to
Don't
me.
do Spider-Man. I told you
Do you
watch
know what's so funny?
Yellowstone.
Because
I don't have a watch. I'm gonna buy watches rabbits.
I love that Brendan tried to do this to me the other day, and I could not believe him. I couldn't believe.
Brent, I
him
told you watch Yellowstone. Wallah.
Who's that? Which god is that?
Huh?
Which god is that?
What's that?
Wallahi. I'm just saying.
You're such a.
I told you watch Yellowstone.
Okay.
On Jar.
Okay, now you're calling
Now
for
we're- now
Jesus.
we're here.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Everybody.
Go.
I promise you.
That was a good time.
I told you to watch Yellowstone.
And what did I say?
You asked me what it was about. I told you who was in it.
If you said that, then I'll believe you. I'll give it to you then.
Yeah, no.
Because if it's you're saying that I asked you what is it about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give that to you then.
I told you the Cowboys and the
Thank
Rams
you
and all
very
that.
much, by the way, for
No
the
problem,
recommendation.
man. I got you,
It's
man.
a solid classic.
It's good,
It's
man.
bloody good.
It's good. The cast,
good.
the acting, yeah, it's serious stuff,
Because
man.
you did. I remember now. Because I said I love Succession. I think you said you didn't watch that.
I wanted
Oh,
to
yeah,
watch
I
that.
did.
If you love
Sounds-
Yellowstone, then you love Succession.
Yes, you told me.
All right, cool. And Billions, they're all in the same type of vein, but Yellowstone is done well.
Yeah, them man that.
Is Yellowstone better than Succession and Billionaires?
No,
Billions.
it's different.
It's just different.
Yeah.
But them man, them Cowboys are gangster, man.
Power, politics,
They're
and pussy.
serious.
Yeah, serious. But what's the one that? Is it? Ah, shit, not Time. What's it called?
I know it's one. I love that one.
The German one.
Yeah.
Like it's
Dark.
just dark. Dark's one of my favorites, and I ain't had something that's like engrossed me in so long because like you've got to concentrate.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? If you don't concentrate, you think you can talk through one of them episodes,
Nah.
and then
Yeah.
you get me. You're gonna lose something, and then even as it goes on, the way that they've tied it in, like the younger characters. Were the old, like nobody wouldn't exist without nobody. They're all hooked up and matched and linked from the past and from the future. Ones from the future go back, have babies, and then make the ones from the. It's all mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dark's lit. I can't lie. They need something like that.
The first 2 seasons,
They top tier.
amazing. You know the guy from Dark, yeah? He's got a new one out. Not a new one, but he's in a new show. I can't remember what it's called.
What the main boy?
Yes, yeah.
But he's just an actor, man.
remember.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee what he's in.
It seemed like a similar sort of vibe.
Okay,
So yeah, I'll try and get the thingy.
I might go back and watch Dark again.
Yeah, it's a sick show.
All right. Well, let's give them a 6 show. Let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline: Israeli ground forces are pushing into southern Gaza after 3 days of heavy bombardment. Initial reports from Israeli army radio effectively confirmed Israel has launched a ground operation to the north of Khan Yunis. The head of the IDF later told troops that the IDF was also fighting strongly and thoroughly in South Gaza. Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi was speaking to reservists from the Gaza division about military objectives and the IDF's killing of Hamas commanders. He told the soldiers, "We fought strongly and thoroughly in the northern Gaza Strip, and we are also doing it now in the southern Gaza Strip." An IDF spokesperson later confirmed that Israel continues to expand the ground incursion across all of Gaza, including troops conducting face-to-face battles with terrorists. Since a week-long ceasefire ended on Friday, Israel has resumed a large-scale bombing campaign on Gaza, which residents of Khan Yunis have described as the heaviest wave of attacks so far. Next headline takes us to America, where Muslim American leaders in several pivotal states pledged on Saturday to rally their communities against President Joe Biden's bid for re-election due to his steadfast backing of Israel's war in Gaza. The hashtag Abandon Biden campaign began when Minnesota Muslim Americans demanded Biden call for a ceasefire by October the 31st and has spread to Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Florida. The group was speaking to the US outlet Axios in a statement, and they said that this hashtag Biden 2024 conference is set against the backdrop of the upcoming 2024 presidential election and their decision to withdraw support for President Biden due to his unwillingness to call for a ceasefire and protect innocents in Palestine and Israel. Opposition from the sizable Muslim and Arab American populations could pose a challenge to the president's electoral college prospects in the upcoming election. The US president and the vice president are elected by a group of electors who are chosen in most cases by political parties in that state. The US politics is dominated by two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, but independent candidates can also run for president. However, the influx of private donations flowing into the US political system means that independent candidates with smaller funding have less chance of electoral success compared with candidates from the two big parties. And our last headline, and this is what topic of the day is going to be based on, yeah. You don't know Juliana Margulies?
No, I didn't know Ranzik. I didn't know Juliana Ranzik when she said Zendaya looks like she smells like a weed because she had locks.
Terrible. But if you don't mind, can you put up a picture of Juliana Margulies? She's the woman from, is it The Good Wife?
Oh, The Good Wife.
Yes.
That the white woman.
Yes, that one.
Oh yeah.
So, during a podcast interview on the war between Israel and Hamas, the
I like her. Well, I'll see if I like her.
the actor Juliana Margulies asserted that black people should be completely supporting Israel, but they have been brainwashed to hate Jews.
Ah, Julie. Julie.
Mm-hmm. The claims that are going viral were delivered on a November 21st episode of The Black Room with Andy Ostroy, which is a podcast described as a humorous and honest take on politics and pop culture. Margulies, who's the star of The Good Wife and Apple TV's The Morning Show, said that Jewish allies died for the cause of civil rights. But decades later, as the Israel-Hamas war ramps up, Democratic voters, and specifically black voters, have been less emphatic about expressing support for Israelis versus Palestinians. So this is what she said. She said, "Where's the history lesson in that? Who's teaching these kids?" She asked. Because the fact that the entire black community isn't standing with us, to me, says either that they don't know or they've been brainwashed to hate Jews. But when you've been marginalized so much as a community, the way I feel we have, isn't that when you step up? Margulies also mentioned a flyer for a screening of black lesbian films on campus at Columbia University in October. And on that particular flyer, there was a message that said, "Zionists aren't invited." So while doubling... Aren't invited.
Oh, orcs.
Yeah. So while doubling down on her message, the organizer of the event told the New York Post that it did not mean all Jewish people were disinvited, just the Zionists, right? And so she commented about that. She also said, "And as someone who plays a lesbian journalist on The Morning Show, I'm offended by it as a lesbian than I am... Sorry, I am more offended by it as a lesbian than I am as a Jew, to be honest with you."
You're right. You're not a real lesbian. That's one job.
And she
She's
said,
crap.
and she said, "Because I want to say to them, you effing idiots, you don't exist. Like, you're even lower than the Jews. A, you're black, and B, you're gay, and you're turning your back against people who support you. Because Jews, they rally around everybody."
Since when? Is that one of her acting roles? Maybe that happened on screen.
She's very stupid.
Do you know how funny it is to say that you're going to cosplay one of your jobs, one of your acting roles, and you're going to respond, girl, bye.
It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, man, she's issued an apology anyway. They asked for a comment, but she just issued an apology. But yeah, that's it for the headlines, man.
Did you see when that what's his name? Michael Rappaport was saying if it was 10 black people that got kidnapped.
Rappaport.
What's his name?
I thought.
What's his name?
I don't know, but that song.
I think it's
Yeah,
it's like
that's the name.
Rappaport.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
the
Rappaport or Rapport.
Rappaport. Yeah, Rappaport.
It's Rappaport kind of vibe.
The white guy. Ain't he got a black wife?
No, that's why he's scorned.
Oh, is it?
Basically, he was a piece of shit to the wife.
Oh, is it?
She done left his ass, and now, do you remember when he was with his wife? He was always doing pro black.
yeah,
I'm a brother.
yeah.
I'm a brother. Since his wife left him,
Yeah,
does
this
he?
guy. Yeah. Rappaport.
Since his wife left him, he's been scorned.
Isn't he a
Oh,
comedian?
serious?
He's always talking about black
comedian.
people.
An actor.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's something.
Isn't he
Yeah.
a comedian?
Kind of.
Yeah, I think he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was his wife
Comedian.
black?
Yeah, so because she's
He
left him
always
now,
does like black jokes, no?
because she left him, the kids don't talk to him as well either.
Oh, is it?
Apparently he's a horrible person. So because she's left him, the kids don't talk to him and whatever. Now he's not really on black side no more.
Oh, wow.
It's an act.
I swear I heard something like this guy named his first child Raekwon because of how much he loves black people, black music and everything.
Probably, because I remember those interviews when he would come on Breakfast Club and doing the most. Now he just goes online and he just does TikToks cussing black people all the time.
Serious?
He does not care for black people anymore. And his kids don't talk to him either because he's an actual, allegedly a piece of shit.
Well, he was talking about because obviously he's Jewish now, innit?
Mm-hmm.
So the hostages and stuff and people win. Well, you know the whole debacle. What was he saying? He was saying that if it was like if 10 black people was kidnapped by Hamas now, like everybody would be going crazy, talking about
Love
freedom.
them kids.
You get me? Freedom, not talking about, not worrying about the other side or whatever. It's a stupid argument because.
Yeah, because when Black Lives Matter was going on, he was on his platforms saying black people don't deserve this and da 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 da. Now you want them kidnapped in a fake scenario you created. Gosh, can't give white men a chance. Well,
But they're all crazy, man. I'm telling you.
that's funny. Anyway, let's get into Madam Juliana. Let's get into what you saying topic of the day.
Get this camera off me.
All right. So
Take the camera off me.
It's hard when you're
Such a
singing shit
diva.
in the
Take
background.
the camera off me.
all right. So our next headline. Sorry, not headline. Topic of the day. Like I said, it's linked to what Miss Juliana Margulies said, right? But it's more so, I guess, about how we're viewed or how black people are viewed in the world. Yeah. For her to kind of come out and say, you know what, the reason why I think black people are not supporting Israel is because they must be brainwashed. Do you guys feel like, do you care how black people are viewed in the world? Do you feel like it's important? Or do you feel like it's kind of a stupid question because everyone, regardless of race, thinks differently? So there is no overall view of how any particular race is viewed.
I think there's an overall view of how black people are viewed. Like, even the other day I saw a clip, it's been going around, of these like 3 Asian kids.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, and the girl was like, oh, what race would you like not allowed to bring home?
Oh,
And
yikes.
obviously they did like in hierarchy, and they were just talking about how like in like their community, like blacks and Indians were like bottom of the barrel. You couldn't bring them home. Like, do you know what I mean? Or you couldn't be friends with this person, or like they literally, do you know what I mean? They were just talking about the experiences and how obviously for them it's so racist, but like obviously their parents are from like a different like time. And one girl was saying how I think she said she moved to China or somewhere to study, and there was like tutors, and in the advert in the tutoring it said no black people. Like they didn't want to tutor black people. So I generally feel like that's kind of like a common narrative within like certain communities. Like black people are kind of looked down upon. Like we're not seen as a race worth anything. Do you get what I mean? So I think there definitely is a way that we are viewed by others.
Okay. Does it matter to you?
Not really, because it kind of is what it is, isn't it? Do you get what I mean? Like it is. It's something that's happened. It's been happening for years. Do you get what I mean? So I don't let it affect my day to day, if that makes sense. When you experience it in the moment, it can piss you off, and it's just, do you know what I mean? But if I'm honest, I'm numb to it. Do you get what I mean? Like literally, I don't even get outraged. I remember before I used to get so outraged whenever things used to trigger me. Every time it was about black people, dark skinned women, black women. Now it's like, I'm so used to it.
What you guys?
I think with me, I care about because it's like kind of still in my subconscious. Like I'm aware of it. I'm aware of how it is that black people see black people. I'm aware of how, I'm aware of how they see black people. I'm aware of how they see black women. So when I'm in situations, I always think about it. Like I wouldn't say I obsess about it, but it's something that I do. So I don't obsess about it because I do it so much. Like it's just something I think about. Do you get what I mean? But I don't care enough to want to change their opinions. I think that's an impossible thing to do. Like that level of hatred and stereotype and seeing people as like dirt was way before me. I'm not gonna be the one to change it. So that's why I don't care to try and change that.
Yeah.
But where my care does show up is within my community and within myself. Do you get what I mean? Like is not allowing that to define me or control me or put me down and going out of my way. Like I would always go out of my way to show black people love and care. Like even like say I'm driving and someone wants to cross the road and it's not like a zebra crossing or whatever. When it's black people, I'll always stop. If it's especially like if it's like a black kid or something like that. Do you get me? So it's like it shows up in the most random ways for me. But I will always go my way for black people. Always, always, always. But yeah. But I don't care enough to try and change, to try and make white people think black is great or whatever it is. Like I just find it's wasted. It feels like wasted energy and wasted effort. Yeah. And they will never get it. Okay. It's not to them. I feel like the hate of black people comes from knowing what it is black people can be and what it is that we have. And it's from power. Yeah. So it is in their benefit to hate us. I get it. I'd hate me too if I was white. So.
Ben, what do you think?
Should we care about how other races see us?
Well, firstly, do you feel like races kind of see other races in particular lights?
Yeah.
You don't think it's because obviously everyone says no one's a particular monolith, right? So everyone has individual views within a particular race. But do you feel like, I guess, there's maybe enough people of a particular race to have a particular view of another?
Yeah.
Cool.
Everybody has their stereotypes.
Cool. And number 2, do you care?
Yeah.
Why do you care?
I guess because of how my loved ones would be treated based on a stereotype.
Okay.
So changing that particular mindset to a positive one is something I am dedicated to.
How?
Sorry, changing whose mindset? The people who see black people
who see black people in a particular negative stereotype.
Okay.
So, for example, if I were Chinese or Japanese, right?
Yeah.
I'll be mindful that if I am exploring the world and trying to set up little communities in different places, if I'm perceived as a particular thing, it might be easier for me to achieve that goal.
Okay.
And it might leave me alone for this, that, and the next, right?
Yeah.
Even if it is a case of I'm fooling them. Let that be the thing that we all rally around and look to stick to so that we can basically grow as a community.
Okay, yeah.
When you say grow as a community, what do you mean though?
As in flourish, get preferential treatment.
Okay.
For example, certain Asians, they are seen as like closest to white, so they are welcomed in. The doors open, back door, front door, whatever door, windows too. And it could be a case where they fully want to suck white man bum, or it could be a case where the best way to get access is to pretend as though we're this, that, and the next, and then we make sure that our people benefit off the back of that, and that's what happens.
Do you feel that's an effective strategy though?
In the long term?
Yeah, or especially even for black people.
Whereas I didn't say it should be adopted for black people. That's not what I said. I said I'm giving you examples of how other communities have purchased favor from other demographics if it is that they've gone to a different land. I don't know if it is that black people could be so They can't be swinging from nuts all the time. We have too much pride and shame.
Okay. Mums, what do you think?
What's the question?
Do you feel like races view other races in a particular way, or do you feel like that's a silly question because everyone has their own views and it's not necessarily tied to their race?
I think races, everybody's got their own ways of seeing other races, the prejudice and stuff like that. Because, I think that's just the way it is, isn't it? Because we're all different.
Okay, so you don't necessarily think, so really it would kind of be a silly statement for someone to say, white people view black people like this, or black people view Asian people like this.
No, that's facts.
Okay.
I mean, maybe obviously because obviously you got stereotypes and all these kind of things, innit? So there's always gonna be outliers within the groups that don't share the same sentiments as the rest of them. But when you're just gonna generalize and majority rules, there's certain things that you just think about certain races, isn't it? I think that's within. I think all races do that.
Okay. And do you care? Have you taken the time to think about how all those other races view black people? And do you care how they view us?
Again, it's not every single person in the race, but I feel like most people have a certain opinion of black people. I think they all kind of view us just the same way. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And because of what their views are and what their perceptions are, I don't really give a shit what they think. To be totally honest with you.
But do you feel like you feel the effects of people's views on the day to day?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm just like live in my bubble in my own world, innit? Like I don't let outside influences affect me, and I also don't give a shit what people think of me. So I'm not growing up in civil rights times. You get what I'm trying to say? Like this, like these oppressors it's all covert kind of stuff now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I'm not going to experience getting hosed down or getting dogs let off on me or man or the mob coming for me. I'm not going to experience that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So whatever little whisperings and nonsense that people are trying to do quietly behind closed doors doesn't bother me. When I walk into a room, I don't care who's in there. I don't care what colour they are. I don't care what they think. I don't care what strangers think of me. You get me? Obviously, if it's different when it's people that maybe can influence or have impact on your life or something like that. I don't know, like if you was going for a job interview or something like that. I don't know. I would take into consideration more. I would care because obviously I want an outcome from my interaction or whatever. But for the most part, I don't give a shit.
Question. Let's just say you have a business meeting with a party about no behavior. Who would you send to the meeting?
Myself.
Why?
Because I'm a good negotiator. I'm a good communicator. What?
Why wouldn't you send loons?
Because he's an idiot. It's not about what they think of him. They're gonna see where, brother. Because I'm gonna deal with it. It's not because he's not gonna. Like, there ain't gonna be no prejudice involved. Whatever Lou's acts, whatever Lou's displays is what he is and is who he is. So whatever they think of him, they're entitled to think it.
Is there a possibility that he wouldn't represent no behavior in a professional manner that the party would expect?
To be fair to him, he would be a perfect representation of no behavior because he ain't got no behavior. So if this is what you want to get involved in and you want the raw uncut version, you can't be mad when Loons comes and behaves however he behaves.
Would that secure the deal?
Maybe, but it might not secure the deal I want.
So the perception of Loons would be too abrasive.
I don't think, like, Loons is man's dog. No behavior is man's no behavior. So whatever, I don't care whatever perception you've got of Loons is what it is. This is what we do. It's not because of perception. It's because I would send myself because I feel like I'm better equipped to handle a negotiation setting. That's why.
Do you believe that, dependent on the room that you go in and the company that occupies that room before you go in, you have to basically offer up whatever product you have to sell in a particular way?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So what's the follow-up question?
I don't think there is. I've heard enough.
So Ben, you're I think the only one that said you kind of care about how we're viewed. Yeah.
The whole reason why the new black needs to go out is because of this. We're done bad all across the board, and this is not due to any fault of our own. All across the board, and I want to be able to change that, especially at a grassroots level. Right, we've been coming on here all the time talking about us not having an equal footing, perpetuate certain cycles of destruction, and I'm conscious of that every single day. You can't escape it. So, I think it's naive of me to answer that question in any other way other than I've answered it. For me.
You grew up in proper different settings to me and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. And I wasn't in the workforce. Like,
yeah, you said that you've never experienced racism.
Almost like I've never felt I've never felt the pressure of the white man before.
Yeah.
I've always done what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I ain't never rules and laws and all these things have never meant anything to me. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to shut up. I've always done what I wanted. You know what I'm trying to say? Even from living on the streets, from being a criminal, that's the epitome of what we do. You can't tell me I can't do nothing. Anything I want to do, I can do it.
Yeah.
Well, within reason, or if you're prepared to deal with the consequences. But that's just how I live my life, innit? So I don't have this idea of, the white man's on me. What are you talking on? Who? Like on who? I've never experienced that. So I don't look at life like that. I don't feel like that. I don't have that. I feel like I could do what I want whenever I want. I don't care what anybody thinks. Because that's just how I was raised.
Do you feel like now though, in the more like legal world, yeah, where you having to have meetings and deal with corporate people and stuff, yeah, that there's less in your control?
Yeah, definitely. Once you get into that side of things, you understand the workings of the world, and you understand what it is, then it's different. But even from being in this entertainment space and whatnot, anybody from that place that comes to fuck with man sees some type of benefit with man. So they're gonna wanna do it anyway. It's not gonna change what they think. You get me? I don't know what they think behind closed doors or whatever they're saying, but they obviously see some type of value to want to align themselves with you in the first place. So they've already got a different attitude towards it. You know what I'm trying to say? They're coming in more as a collaborator, as an ally, even if it's not even true. Even sometimes people doing snaky, underhanded things and whatever. There's still that willingness to work there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't feel like I'm pissing against the wind or trying to get myself into some industry that I'm not wanted in or whatever. Like, so I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. Okay, but I guess to me, yeah, like if I kind of look at it through like a economics point of view, yeah, this is why obviously it may seem like I'm kind of going off here, but like follow me. Basically, like this is why certain arguments when you're kind of saying your view, or let's just say the right wing view is better than the left wing view, or vice versa, yeah. The reason why it doesn't go anywhere is because people will never see. There will never be an experiment, so to speak, right, where you can prove to that other person that what they're saying is wrong or it could be better, because what they think, there'll always be something that could be adjusted. So you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
You even tried to fight. Fight back.
There's so many different views, like so many different things in my head. I don't want to give like a specific example in it, but basically, there's always going to be something, right, that you can't prove, because that person will always say to you, you know what? Because in this particular situation, right, in this real life situation, if it was done this particular way, right, and it can't be done this way, I know this will be the outcome, right? I say all that to say this. You would never know how effective somebody would be, right, unless you gave them a certain amount of freedom. And a lot of the time people say, okay, you know what? This is how much freedom you've got. da 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 da, and this is what you're producing. But and you work within those kind of constraints, right? But when you open up the doors and you're more free, people don't necessarily understand that also has a ripple effect on everything else. I say all that again to say this. Right now, yeah, your mentality coming from the streets and all that type of stuff, yeah, makes you feel like, okay, cool. Not even makes you feel, you know that nobody can stop you from doing certain things, right? But when you come into a situation where there's other factors that's not within your control, and you're having to rely on those other things, right? There's a certain amount of your freedom that's taken away. That's now reliant on other people. If those things weren't there, then you'll be able to be more than what you are. But you would never know because so far you feel like you are operating at your maximum. Do you get where I'm coming from? But you would never know because in your mind, no one stopped you from doing anything until someone shows you where you're being stopped and then it's removed and then you feel yourself turn into a Super Saiyan.
I hear that. I mean, any blocks that I don't associate them with race, it'd probably be easy to look at things and say, oh, if I was this, I could be that or whatever. But again, like, I don't know. It's just because anything that I want to go and do, I go and do and I go and make for myself. So I can't. It's hard for me to pinpoint the areas that I'm being held back in because of like race and stuff. If that makes sense. Like I said, because there's always that sense of freedom there from being a creative, from being like from music, being a musician, and I ain't never signed to no major label. You know what I'm trying to say? I've had a distribution deal that still keeps me a semblance of independence. I can't think to myself, oh, I didn't get a major deal because of my race and my colour, because there's bare man around me, that's my race, that's got them as well. So that's just individually, that's just my story, or for whatever reason. I don't think that's because of race and that. You know what I'm trying to say? I come into, go on, let's see what you're saying.
The police system, is it?
The police is different.
Why is it different?
Because that's
isn't it intrinsically, systemically racist?
Yeah, but only people that should be crying about the police are that people that are being bothered about the police that are innocent people. Like you walking down the street and police are bothering me. If I'm in the streets committing crime every day of my life, what business have I got moaning about the police? Of course they're racist and they're this and they're that, but I'm a criminal. This is cat and mouse every day. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I'm not moaning about police like that. How can I? Like, I hate the police, but I hate them for my own reasons, and they have done stuff like that. But again, at the same time, it's not like I'm an upstanding citizen. You know what I'm trying to say? I was playing cat and mouse. They're trying to catch me every day of my life. I'm trying to break the law and bend the rules, and I'm out there in that field. Their job is to catch man like me. So I can't use police as an example for me, because that doesn't make sense for me. Of course, me and the police are gonna like this because I don't. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm outside doing wrong every day. So I can't use police as an example. They are a wholly racist institution, yes. But again, I don't feel that towards... I get it. Now I'm living legitly as a big man doing my thing. I don't see no police. I don't mix with police. Me and police don't mix. I don't get stopped. I don't get bothered. I'm not under getting nothing. I don't see no rascal like police. I don't care about no police. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think I heard that. At the time when I was telling you don't like police because you're a criminal, you were rallying against me, right?
No, but it's not just. It's not
just because I'm a criminal.
It wasn't. I said I even said it in there. I've got my own personal experiences and relationships. I got my own personal relationships with the police where I understand why I know they are racist and why I personally don't like them or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is I couldn't stand up. I don't think I could stand up and use the police as an example here. With the way I grew up with, so my relationship with the police would be different. Yeah. If I was just a legit person and I had the same relationship with the police, then that's a gripe there. Yeah. Because they're taking a piss in it. Yeah. But that's where I'm at. So for me personally, I don't think it would be right to use them as an example.
Yeah. So me as an quote unquote innocent man, would you still speak unfavorably about the police to me? Would you cite the fact that they are racist to me? Would you try to point out examples of this particular racism to me at every single turn?
Probably because it's bun Babylon,
right,
isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you. Said enough.
What about them times? Wasn't a mash town like blacklisted and certain things?
Blackboard and that.
Blackboard, yeah.
Yeah, but that was black people's doing as well, man.
But you know the black man works for the white man sometimes. So. But it's still like the views of, I guess, white people as well on Mashdown, for example, and other people that made that sort of music and things of that nature, innit? But imagine there was a situation where that same black ball situation was happening, but but you didn't know. And so you was only working within what you thought was the max, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that is mental and based on what you have access to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things I think that stifle us from being our full potential, but we don't necessarily know.
And I'm probably affected by it, yeah, and subconsciously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just the way that I've set my mind up that I don't maybe just consider it or something. So I'm not aware of it or something like that. I don't know, because I don't harbor those thoughts and feelings. You know what I'm trying to say? I always go out and try and just try and do like, and even from coming into content, like everything that I got, that I built up from scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And it's mine. You get me? Like that's so I don't need nobody. Like, look, we come here every day. We're building up this platform from scratch. I don't ask us to know, but I don't consider anybody outside of this room. You know what I'm trying to say? No behavior, mine. Pen game, mine. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Like, and I'm building it up and I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't have to consider anybody. The only thing that I'm a part of that's someone else's is filthy. You know what I'm trying to say? So again, I just don't have those thoughts and experiences. I go out into the world and I do what I do and I do what I want.
Yeah.
I think it's good the fact that you have someone like you in the mix of this, to be honest, because it challenges my ideas, it challenges Imayo's ideas, it challenges S's ideas, it challenges Gina's ideas. It's good to have difference of thought and approach and activism and whatnot.
Come on, man. Boots on the ground.
Yeah.
But Ben, like, do you feel like if, for example, you know, TMB, we're doing what we're doing, it's growing, it's the force that we believe it's going to be, right? What if somebody said to you, but that's proof that racism doesn't exist? Or rather, I should say, that's proof that the so-called views you have of how white people view you and how they want to stifle you and stop you from progressing and doing certain things really doesn't exist, or really isn't as strong as you think it is. What would you say to that?
Sorry. You're saying that because God has given this thing success, it proves that racism doesn't exist?
I mean, but why? But that's you saying it's God that did it, though, isn't it?
That's because this is what I believe, yes.
Yeah, but then somebody could say, well, okay, white people were in positions of power because God as well.
That's fine.
So that's why I'm trying to remove it from that. I'm trying to just make it about the amount of work you put into something and the amount of
I don't know
the amount of things
if
you get out of it.
you can say that the success of TNB negates racism.
Or forget the racism thing, but more so about how white people view black people. And because they view us in a particular way, they're trying to maybe limit the amount of progress we can make at certain stages. If, for example, we're able to break through that, like, does that show that maybe their influence is not as strong as we thought it was?
So when you say, I'm not saying that. Sorry, what have you heard me say? Have you heard me say that if TNB is a success, it's because white people has allowed it to be a success?
No.
So
No, but remember, this is a different question. This is just me asking this because people may say, okay,
what would I say to that person?
Yes.
I would sigh. I'm like, I would look at them and shake my head. I'm like, what are you saying? Like, what are you implying?
No, because a lot of the time, like, especially when you hear black people talking, right? I could be wrong, obviously, but I feel like a lot of people from other races hear black people talk and feel like black people complain a lot of the time, right? And we say, oh, you know, there's glass ceilings here and there's this happening to us and this is happening to us. Cool, there's lack of representation and all this other stuff is happening, right? And so all of these, it's almost like all these forces are there to prevent us from thriving. You know what I'm saying? So if it is that you're able to thrive, what is that, like, is that a reflection of just you being so amazing? Or is that maybe because the forces at play aren't as strong as you thought they were or don't even exist?
So obviously, it kind of reminds me of people saying that America is the land of the free, right? Home of the brave, and you can do anything in America. You can achieve your dreams and this, that, and next. And when people point to all of the millionaires and billionaires that are black, they say, see, there can't be any racism if it is that you have black wealth, right? I think it will be easier to get to where it is we are going to get to if there isn't so much pushback from white people or others, right, who would perpetuate this particular superiority complex. Yes? That we are still able to achieve success is in spite of the racism. Do you understand? That's how I see it. There's still going to be racism. And when I get to that particular point, it's on me now to try and make it easier for others like me to achieve said thing. So it evens out the particular playing field.
Do you feel like any white people, this is a very, you know what, in networking and trying to thrive in your respective businesses and endeavors and things of that nature, right? And you come across white people that want to invest, that want to help, that want to do certain things, right? Do you feel like they hold the same views as white people that we said in the beginning of the show? Where it was like, okay, white people view black people in this particular way. Do you feel like those white people who are there to invest or maybe to help or whatever it may be that they say that they're doing, right, think the same way as those white people? Or do you feel like they think differently? Yeah.
Let me get this right. The people who are white who invest in black businesses, do they think the same as racist white people? Is that what you're asking me?
Potentially, yeah.
I don't think all white people are the same.
Okay, but you think there's a general way that white people see black people?
Yeah, but is that
But
that might
you're
not be?
asking me about stereotypes from the beginning of the discussion, right? I mean, I was speaking in general terms, right? I wasn't speaking as all of them are like this, right?
Yeah.
So if it is we're just speaking on that particular framing of the question and the answer, then I think I need to now tell you I don't believe that all white people are racist. Now that you've asked me this particular question, you're basing on what I said initially, and I'm thinking you're running off of back of, well, if all of them are like this, then all of them, especially the ones who are investing, they're also racist, right?
No, it's me just
It's
asking,
seeing a
really.
race a certain way, like having like buying into maybe stereotypes and obviously prejudice and whatever. But does that necessarily mean you're racist? Like, can't you see black people a certain way and buy into certain stereotypes and maybe have certain racial biases and prejudices, but not be racist?
This is
think
why I
you
wanted
can
to take
be.
away from the racist
I
thing.
feel like you're ignorant.
Yeah, like
Are you talking about the ignorant part of it? Because we have stereotypes of white people,
Yeah.
and would you allow someone to call you ignorant because of that?
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I'm
cool.
ignorant.
Cool. I don't know if it
because
I mean, it's
he's talking about saying like white people that wanted to invest in like because there was a white person that wanted to come and invest in this black business, this company, whatever. That they're not racist, obviously, in their heart, or maybe they saw opportunity. Like they don't have no real disdain for black people, whatever. But are they gonna have?
Do you mean they don't have a real disdain for black people if they're investing?
Yeah, I'm saying.
No, but I don't see that because
or
that's
maybe
market,
well,
that's
just
money.
saying. Maybe I'm saying okay, cool. But I'm saying I think they will still have their perception of
yes.
Okay,
of black people, of black culture, and they have their perception of black people.
But I don't call all of it ignorance.
No, I don't call all of
Some
it.
the
Some of them
stereotypes are legit. You're observant. You're observant. Do you understand? I guess when it's derogatory
Yeah.
and when it has no basis in fact,
Yeah.
then you have to challenge it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I
usually
don't-
don't like
yeah.
white people saying truths about black people.
Huh?
Usually don't. There's been examples when we've said something and it's like if a black person said it's cool, but a white person can't say that, and it's like why?
Yeah, but I'm
but
like
it's
that.
true.
Yeah, but I'm like
That's
that with
with-
everything though.
yeah, but-
with every all parts of my life. Like, if for example, I say I know something about you, I can say it. If I hear a stranger saying it, I'm being like,
Yeah.
excuse me.
I get it.
Don't talk about him like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not
This
about
is my
everything.
tribe.
Yeah,
we
like,
will handle this
I can
ourselves.
say it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I think that's all across the board. I hear what you're saying, but I think that's all
But
across
I
the
hear
board
you,
with
yeah.
every single race and demographic.
But I don't think it's all
You ain't
like.
got permission to do that.
Huh?
You ain't got permission to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's all like racism, but I think also as well, there are a lot of racists that invest in black businesses and stuff like that. It doesn't mean they're not racist. It's just money. It's how they make. It's a way of making money.
Well, to Emmanuel's claim, maybe he didn't say it, but I heard him say it in his head. A certain demographic have been using our talents to profit for the longest while, right?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the case. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you should let him read your head, read your mind again.
I wasn't even thinking about them, to be honest with you.
That's good.
But that's definitely the case.
But yeah. So I don't. Yeah. So if a company is like, oh, because obviously remember during Black Lives Matter, all the companies were so quick to be like, we work with black people. I'm like, yeah, that don't mean nothing. Because you just see them as like cash pigs. So that doesn't mean a damn thing. But,
So,
yeah.
so how much, I guess, are we kind of, how much would we go out of our way to kind of try and change the perception of black people from other people, if that makes sense?
I do it if it's like a personal, like one-on-one and stuff. Say like I was in the office and someone said something like ignorant or racist or something about black people. I would call it out like that. But I'm not gonna pick up placards and be going on the street marching up and down, trying to tackle racism one high street at a time. That's not my vibe. But on the like around me, you wouldn't be allowed to. You wouldn't say ignorant things. But I'm like that about everybody. To be fair, though, not just black people, especially with black people. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gina, I thought you was going to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like when you're in these spaces, you represent the people in it. Do you get what I mean? So I guess that's my way of tackling it, to be representation, to be in these spaces, was to try to anyway.
Okay. But,
What's the question?
How you fighting racism?
or, not necessarily just racism, but more so like how, I guess, other people view us. Since especially when you were saying, oh, it matters, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
is it best to fight it, I guess, by fighting things externally, or more so how we deal with ourselves?
I think 100%. I can't control exterior things, right? So I don't look to waste time on trying to do that. But I can achieve an outcome with the things that I can control, and I can control what is within our community to a certain extent. I want to get to a point where it's easier for me to do that. And it's easier for me to be able to condition a particular mindset without people knowing that that's what's happening. And in so doing, that outcome would, God willing, eventually, over the years, change people's perception about this particular generation or generations of blacks. Because they're seeing them in different spaces. They're seeing them achieving and excelling left, right, and center. They're seeing them graduating with honors 24/7 and going to these particular schools that previously you didn't see them in these particular hallowed halls. Do you understand? After a while, when it is that you're just seeing them 24/7, it becomes, all right, this is just what it is. Either we just go along with it or continue screaming until it is that we die off. That's what's happening to a whole set of boomers. Do you understand? They're getting vexed when it is they're seeing all this particular media changing the way their legacy media is operated. Yeah, that's why it is that they rally so much when it is that they see Danella in those particular spaces.
Not Danella.
Yeah. The Nellas. So I love that. And that's why obviously certain people are, when you do see them in those spaces, please represent us well. I love that you're there, but don't put
Just be there.
put the mags in there. Do you understand?
What did you say?
It might be more favorable that way, because you can go in there and you can politic well. You know what's what. You know the lay of the land, and you know how everything's being perceived back there. Do you understand? And I don't think that you go into that particular space and not have all these elements in your head and knowing full well, all right, cool, let me do this, that, next. Let me cook this guy in this particular way. Let me say this, let me say that, the next thing. So I think that, for me, that's what I think about when it is I'm undertaking this particular task of mine with Any Black.
Do you feel like, I guess, let's just say the last 10, 20 years, we haven't been excelling enough to prove that already?
I think that we have, but those who haven't, not enough, turned around to say, all right, now let's collectively continue this now that we have a little capital, a little wealth. Let's build infrastructure to continue this particular wave. But I do believe without even doing that, a lot has changed. Like immensely, a lot has changed. Quite a lot has changed.
Okay.
You know what's weird, yeah? Because even you using that example, again, I'm not saying, like, if I was to go on Big Brother, any reality TV series or stuff like that, yeah, I'll be very mindful and aware of the fact that whether I realise it or not, I represent everybody. You know what I'm trying to say? So I wouldn't want to look like an idiot. Or like I would want to I put my best foot forward. I want to carry myself in the best light. You know what I'm trying to say? And that would actually be important to me. I wouldn't want to do anything to embarrass you lot. You know what I'm trying to say? And even strangers, just like black people, like, you know what I'm trying to say? So even though I'm mindful of that, that would be put in a certain scenario. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm saying when in the light that I walk in every day, is not about. It's not about that. I don't think about that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's times if I can get angry or get ignorant and get stubborn and act and play into them crazy stereotypes and be who you are gonna see. You see what you think. You see what you think of me. I'll be exactly that, and I don't care about the repercussions of it. You know what I'm trying to say? That so it's weird. So I do get what you're saying. So it is important to man, but it's not. Maybe it's because of the way man compartmentalize things and just live my life that it normally. It doesn't. I don't really care if that makes sense. But that's what I'm saying. It's funny because I was thinking about it as you were saying that. If I was put in that position and it's highlighted and there's a spotlight on me and I've got to represent everyone, I'm always gonna do my best. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm saying, to not make a fool of us.
Yeah, 100% makes sense. But do you feel like where does that come from though? Because obviously not every black person has that. You know what I'm saying? Like some people kind of just go in there and say, this is not about race or whatever. I'm just going in there trying to be a celebrity in the jungle. Like this is just me furthering my career. You know what I'm saying? Like what makes some people say that and some people not say that? And when some people go in there with the view of this is just about me, why is it that all of us, not all of us, but many black people kind of look at them as, why are they behaving like this? Why are they this, that, and the third?
I need to think, why would it be important to me? Maybe because I've experienced like the secondhand embarrassment of watching people show their ass on TV and thinking, come on, man.
But why do you think it makes you, it gives you secondhand embarrassment? Because I actually think the system is in place for that to be the case. Like there's never any pressures like that on anybody else. People can go ahead. That's why whenever people don't do the whole I'm representing the entire black community, I hear it. I give them grace for that because it can be tiring. Like why is it always that whenever one black person is somewhere, all of a sudden now they're carrying the entire black community on their back. These times you don't like to shout, we're not monolith, we're not monolith.
No, but it's because we're minorities and we're actually we're living in a white man's world. If we was living in black countries, we wouldn't feel this way. We wouldn't care. We'd go on. It's all black people on the shows, on the reality TVs. It's all of us. Nobody wouldn't give a shit. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's just your brethrens that you got that thing. It won't be everybody as a whole, but
you know what's so interesting though? Because I think to be fair, you're right. You are very right in that it is because we're in minority. Because when I think about if it is a black show and stuff, then it becomes like if a woman's there, then it becomes a thing where you're representing black women. So it is really about the minority group that's present in a thing. But I just don't think that's fair. So whenever someone wants to go on Big Brother and they don't move that way, I hear it. Because it can be tiring. Like imagine not being... Because you know what it is as well? It robs of so many experiences. Like doing something like going on a reality TV show, whatever. Like everybody else gets to have fun and just show up as themselves and be themselves. But you always have to like be in like a political stance. Like that's mentally draining. Like even when I think... Because people can't do it in the office. And that's just from between the hours of 9 to 5. So even then, because even in offices when people are not playing up to that, I get it. Because it can be draining. And obviously, depending on whatever circles or like what your family dynamics or whatever it is, there's different pressures in different places. So where do you ever get to live pressure-free? It might be pressures in your industry, in the industry you work in. It might be pressures in your family because you're the oldest or you're the youngest or you're this. So there's so just pressure following you up and down. When there's let people live, man. But obviously, all that being said, if I was to go on Big Brother or not, I am aware of that. But that's if it's an individual thing. Like I get when people tap out, I get it. Yeah. And I never ever put that whole but you represent the whole community. Because again, it's why I always say where even in my house, I don't represent the women in my household. My family's made up of women. It's only one. My brother's the only boy. Well, my nephew now.
Yeah, but
that's it.
You feel you feel it all across the board. If we was reading out a headline now and a man done some heinous crime, some heinous acts, and then you get to the end of the headline and the punchline and the kicker is, oh, he's black man, or what's more, he's Nigerian. You're like,
Not you.
You're like, come on,
whenever
man.
I hear fraudy, I'm like, don't be Nigerian, don't be Nigerian. I'm like,
You're saying, come on, Killy, man, what are we doing here?
The same way, it's because we don't normally see those black people in those particular spaces. That's why it's such a stark difference between, like, let's say a white person doing something stupid in that particular space, right?
To a black person.
And that's why we get onto the conservative blacks when it is that we see them like towing the white line time and time again, whilst denigrating us. We don't normally see you there. Now, whilst you're there, you're literally acting up, dancing as they want you to dance. That's detrimental to the entire community.
Do you know what though? Yeah, that's the point. I do think it is something to think about for everyone to think about though. That you put it that way. Like, even though we don't like the pressure, unfortunately, because I think that just speaks to how I am. Like, if I'm in a situation, I just stand up and I deal with what I have to deal with. Do you get what I mean? So, unfortunately, black people, we're in the situation we're in, just gotta stand up and deal with it. It's the cards have been dealt. And then you just bitch about them in private. So it was a fun time.
All right, cool. I think we can wrap up there, man.
Thank you very much. Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, people. So, guess who's back in the headlines? Sadiq Khan, man. Back in the headlines, doing some fake news. So, Sadiq Khan has been rebuked by the official statistics regulator for making an incorrect claim about falling knife crime that could mislead the public. So Ed Humphreys, who's the Director General at the Office for Statistics Regulation, said that a mayoral press release had been wrong to claim that knife crime in the capital has declined since 2016, when Mr. Khan took charge at City Hall. He said that it had significantly increased across the relevant period, and that his office was engaging with City Hall to encourage it to correct the statement. The rebuke follows a complaint to the office about a press release in July that contained notes from Mr. Khan and the claim that knife and gun crime, homicides and burglary have all fallen since 2016. The release, which sought to blame any rise in violent crime in the capital on the cost of living pressures and the absence of government funding, was issued minutes before official Office for National Statistics data was published, showing a big rise in knife crime. The data showed that there were 12,786 knife offences in London in the 12 months to the end of March this year. That represented a 40% rise on the 9,086 knife crimes in the capital during the equivalent 12-month period in the end of 2016. The 2023 total of 12,786 was also up by the 11,231 knife offences recorded by police in the year to the end of March 2017. City Hall tried to defend the claim about falling knife crime by citing Met figures showing a decline since 2016 in the number of offences with injury affecting people under 25. But Mr. Humphreys said that the mayoral statement had not been clear on the source of the claims made about falling knife crime and was not in line with best practice. So basically, Mr. Khan has been lying about what the so-called good work he's been doing. Next headline, European far-right parties met in Italy on Sunday, vowing to reshape the European Union after next year's European Parliament elections, toughening the bloc's approach on immigration and softening its climate policies to protect jobs and industry. Parties from around a dozen countries gathered in Florence, galvanized by last month's general elections in the Netherlands, which handed a surprise win to Geert Wilders. We spoke about that last week, I believe. But yeah, the Italian Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini, who was hosting the meeting, said, "Our objective is for us to become at least the third largest group in the EU Parliament after the centre-right and the socialists, and to be decisive." The far-right Identity and Democracy group is now the sixth largest in the EU Assembly, also behind Liberal, Green and Conservative groups, but current polling data place it in the fourth position. And our last headline takes us to, different parts of the world, to be fair, but this particular person is based in Congo. And long story short, dozens of young adults on TikTok are vowing to throw out their e-cigarettes and quit vaping, but not for health reasons. So there was a person that was interviewed.
Whoever gets the job done, man. It's a pandemic. Whoever gets the job done.
Yeah, for real. But this person on TikTok by the name of Micah Indango has been vaping for 5 years, right? And said in a video that in my effort to help the Democratic Republic of Congo, I'm quitting vaping. So for those who don't know, DR Congo is the world's main source of cobalt, which is a key component in the lithium-ion batteries used in mobile phones, electric vehicles, and many models of e-cigarettes. It's also home to more than 100 million people and currently faces what the UN says is one of the largest humanitarian crises in the world. Armed groups have long plagued DR Congo's mineral-rich east, and this year heightened conflict has pushed the number of people forced to flee their homes to a record 6.9 million people. Civilians are also being targeted. Just last week, 14 villagers were killed by suspected Islamist militants. So yeah, long story short, these people are trying to do their little bit, man. This is what we were talking about last week or 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, they're making all their announcements on their iPhones. Great.
No, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time, man. Can't have it all. Crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines, man. Time to pay the bills.
Nice. Let's get in some word and road.
Let me just read out the result of the poll. Should black people care how they are viewed by other races? 46% say yes, anti-blackness is global. 27% say no, we shouldn't care. And 26% say we need to improve perception of us.
Fair.
Okay.
We got Brent's AI though. Always on job.
Love the polls.
Let's get into our word and road. Things as well. So, what's his name? Is it Macaulay? No,
Macaulay?
Macaulay. I don't know why I said hey. I don't know where the hey came from. But Macaulay Culkin.
No
he
way,
got
that's what you
thingy.
were trying to say.
Say again?
I said, no way, that was what you were trying to say.
Girl,
Mr. McCullough.
I thought, huh?
whose name is that though? Where did I get that from?
Oh, Matthew.
McConaughey.
Yeah, McConaughey.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know, white people. I'm joking. LOL, banter.
You're not joking.
Banter. But yeah, basically he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So congratulations to him. Quite a long story short. There's a lot to get through. But one of the reasons why he went viral, well, obviously, he's an iconic character. So he's the Home Alone guy. I've never watched any of those, you know.
You've never watched
You never watched Home Alone?
No.
Wow.
You should watch one this Christmas.
Watch one.
Huh?
Watch one.
Yeah, these
Watch it all.
There's three in it.
You watch it all.
Watch it all.
Yeah.
I watch it during Christmas, actually.
That's my ritual every Christmas.
I love Christmas movies. Oh, I love Christmas movies so much.
So
But
you
the
don't.
rom-coms.
No, you know
if
you
you don't
don't.
have Home Alone.
Not Home Alone. Sorry, who's falling in love in Home Alone? Are you dumb? I said I
me?
like rom-coms.
Oh.
Smarty Pants.
Okay.
He's always one of
What
them
rom-coms
jump.
do
Like,
you
I
watch?
literally feel like I'm in the corner. Like
What rom-coms do you watch?
This Christmas.
this Christmas. What's it called? I've got a few that I watch. Just a few.
Yeah.
If there's a love story in there and it's got some Christmas trees and some snow, honey, I'm there.
Well, Home Alone is a love story to the world, isn't it?
I'm sure. I think I watched when I was a kid. I don't remember anything. I remember seeing. I'm seeing like flashbacks, but I never really was invested like that. I didn't know there was more. How many times has he left in Home Alone?
Morgan's first.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see that crap during Christmas.
He's first
Pigeon
one.
lady.
Huh?
He's a pigeon lady.
Oh, you're so... Are you taking the piss? You obviously are.
That's Piers Morgan.
No, it's not.
I'll show you. Hold on.
I know who the pigeon lady
I
is.
said I'll
It's
show
not
you.
Piers
Hold
Morgan.
up. Hold up.
Listen. How many are there?
Three.
So his parents left him alone 3 times.
Yeah.
As an adult, though,
It's
I'm
not
not going to cringe
realistic,
as an adult.
but
You know, because some certain things when you're watching as an adult, it doesn't slap.
you're not going to look at it with like a naive eye, though. That's the problem, because you're grown now.
Okay, I get you.
But the first one could happen.
Is it? Okay. I'm going to watch it anyway. I will definitely watch it this Christmas.
Look, I'll show you.
Oh, Piers.
You're actually
See?
dumb.
It's the same person.
I'll be honest with you. It looks like the same.
It does, but
It looks like the same person to me. That looks like Piers with the wig.
I
Well,
can't stand Pierce, man. I think it gets worse every day.
he gets my nose. See you later. All right, so basically he got his star, but he went viral because obviously he's married to Brenda Song. She's an actress. I know her as London Tipton from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on Disney Channel. And he talked about how he says, a quote from it says, you're not only the best woman I've ever known, you're the best person I've ever known. You've given me just all my purpose. You've given me family. And after the birth of our 2 boys, you've become one of my 3 favorite people. It was a really nice speech. I watched the whole thing. It was actually really sweet and funny speech as well. But big up him, man. Big up him. Congratulations to him. I did not expect his voice to sound how it sounds.
Sounds like it sounds in Home Alone.
Yeah, that's what's wild. I did not expect that. So that was that. Sad news, but he's good. Michael B. Jordan was involved in a car crash. Crashed up his Ferrari, man. It's like worth over 400 and something grand.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, baby. Not anymore. He hit a Kia, apparently. The wreckage is rude. But there was no... Now look at it.
Ooh.
That's gotta hurt.
He was speeding.
But there's no... he wasn't like drunk or anything or impaired by drugs or anything like that. It's just... I mean, they didn't do a sobriety test, but they didn't need to because they could see that he was, cool. But, yeah, and this says... The reports are saying the police asked what happened and he didn't have an explanation to offer. So there's that. But anyways, he's good, which is nice, and he's all good, which is great. So if you guys watch Riches, it was on Amazon Prime. No. It's a black film, basically, right? No, not black film. It's a series. It's a black series, and essentially, it's a family-owned business, and the man is in the hair. It's basically the hair business. Really, really cool stuff. And it's like he has a family, but then he remarried, so he passes away, and then now it's like a rivalry of who gets what, who's getting the company, that kind of stuff. It's really, 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 really good show. Well, it's been cancelled by Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the writer, I believe, or producer, or director, sorry. She's a Nigerian lady. Her name is Abi Ajayi. Big up her. She posted on Instagram and said, this time last year we launched, one of the actresses in there is absolutely stunning. Can you put up Rich's cast, please?
Rich's cast?
As in, the cast of Riches.
Okay.
She's stunning. Absolutely stunning. But anyways, so she posted, this time last year we launched. Much love to this incredible ensemble of actors and our fabulous crew. Thank you to everyone who supported. So proud we got to make the show. I still had many more stories to tell and it was going to be fire.
Which one are you going for?
The lady, first one. She is so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And she talked about it as well. Her name's Deborah, my namesake. She's just so stunning. I think she's just... anyway. So yeah, she posted about the show as well. That's Deborah Ayorinde, also Nigerian. She said, since the day it was released, not a single day has gone by where someone has not asked me about season 2. The love for the show is crystal clear and cannot be denied. I appreciate the love and support so much, but the unfortunate, truthful answer to the question of when is season 2 is I don't know. Still, it unfortunately isn't up to me when it comes to this one. If it were up to me, this post to celebrate the year anniversary of its premiere would be accompanied by a positive update on season 2, but it's not. I'm so grateful to be a performer at such a time as this where shows like Riches exist. It is incredibly important that you, the audience, continue to use your power, let your voices be heard loud and clear, and let it be known what you love and want to see. And we told you this when Johnny came here and we talked about Living Whilst Black. Not Living Whilst Black.
Yeah, Dreaming Whilst Black.
Dreaming Whilst Black. Not Living Whilst Black. Dreaming Whilst Black. She says, I am so, so proud of what we created and I want to thank Abi Ajayi for creating Riches and including me in her vision. I want to thank Prime Video for championing the show and me as a performer, and I want to thank all of you for your love and support for the show and my general art. Abi Ajayi as well, the woman who created this show, she was also involved in inventing Anna, How to Get Away with Murder, Black Excellence. Big up her, man. But yeah, man, so obviously it's been cancelled now, which is sad. It's like a lot of, because I think it's a UK, it is a UK show. Because her characters.
You're talking about. Is it the one where they're like in a boardroom and like?
Yes, that's
yeah.
it,
I've seen those clips. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a UK show, so it's just
Oh,
sad
it's a British
again.
show?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a British show. Yeah, so it's just sad again that obviously the way the UK networks are set, they don't be pouring into black shows. But again, this is why when we had the Dreaming Whilst Black cast here, they were talking about how important it is for people to actually like rate the shows and watch it online and talk about it. But unfortunately, again, we're a minority, so we've got to make noise about the things that we love. Otherwise, people don't get an opportunity to keep creating. So it's a really, really good show. I binged it. I watched it all in one sitting. It was really, really good. Very good storyline. But yeah, man, that's sad. But speaking of shows, 50 Cent is out here. 50 Cent, yeah. I would never want to be an op to 50 Cent.
Mm-mm.
He would just be he would just be too much to deal with. Anyway, this man's out here working on a Diddy documentary.
Actually,
sir.
I love him, you know. I'm not gonna lie.
Sir,
And my baby daddy.
sir, allegedly. Well, I say report. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say allegedly because he's out here on his Instagram doing hashtags. You know when he gets his bag.
Yeah.
So he's apparently, reportedly developing a documentary on Diddy and his escapades, and he actually tweeted and Instagrammed it. He says, rapper, eyes emoji. I thought Diddy was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he will file bankruptcy now. Anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. Remember that time he filed bankruptcy and I opened his fridge and there was money in there?
Who?
That was 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
He was in court telling the court that he's going to file for bankruptcy. He ain't got no money, blah, blah. But he was on Instagram posting pictures with the money. And when he brought up in court, he said, props. It's fake. So he says, anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job, guys. Here come the receipts. And you know he will always put some kind of hashtag or something to like a drink or something that he's doing. But anyways, and if you go on his page, it's so funny because his page is like pictures of him performing on tour and stuff. He like did Australia the other day. But then in there, it would be like a picture of Diddy. And then like, he's just cussing Diddy in the caption. And he's just moving on to like, oh, thank you, Australia, for having me. It's like, he's not a real person. He's really not. But I still know that to say I will be watching that when it gets released. 100%. My next thing for you. So I reported about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. Jeezy filing for divorce from Jeannie Mai. And you know, he did the whole thing with Nia Long and, you know, sitting down and the whole safe space type situation and talking about, you know, black men don't cheat and he thinks cheating is such a weak thing and real niggas don't cheat and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, Brent lapped that all up. I remember that.
Oh, cut long story short, Jeannie Mai said he cheated. So. She's claiming...
What did Brent do?
Huh?
What did Brent do?
You lapped it all up.
Lapped what up?
When he was saying that
real
niggas don't cheat.
And what did I say?
I gave pushback and I said, this man definitely cheated, and then you made the whole episode. I think you called it like all drug dealers are cheaters or something like that.
Is that that's what you said? He said if he's a drug dealer, he's cheated.
I didn't say that. You took no. That wasn't a quote.
That was the quote.
No, that wasn't a quote. But that's what you made to make it look like.
All right.
That's what you manufactured.
Let me make a timestamp of this. I wasn't going to put it up, but I will now.
You done it now.
Let's get it.
Well, basically, so TMZ obtained some court documents. I don't know who works in TMZ. Like, they be having people in court just going through cases upon cases and putting people's business out there. So they're saying that her lawyer in the filing said, wife reserves the right to amend this counterclaim to add other grounds for divorce, but which wife does not wish to specify herein at this time, in the hope this matter can be resolved without having to disclose such conduct publicly. Wife further shows that the court should enforce paragraph 8 of the prenuptial agreement regarding infidelity, which provides, in pertinent part, that in the event that either party engages in sexual relations, an emotional relationship, or is emotionally or sexually suggestive in communication with a third party via all forms of electronic communications, including but not limited to texting, sexting, FaceTiming, social media, and or direct messages, shall result in a significant financial penalty upon the adulterous party. Basically. Essentially, their prenup had a cheating clause that if either of them cheated, there'll be financial reward to gain from that. And her lawyers invoked that, essentially. So, but he's denied it, man. He's denied it. His lawyer came out to say that, hold on, where is it? Any claim of infidelity on Mr. Jenkins' behalf are 100% false, and we have no further statements at this time. Because really and truly, when the news broke on Friday or Saturday or whatever it was, Twitter was, you know them, people just have clips in their phone, they're ready to release. And it was a bunch of memes when he was telling Nia Long, you know, I think cheating is weak, and I think cheating is da-da-da-da-da-da-da. People were like, damn.
Yeah,
but all of that and to say what?
Realistically, yeah, I'm just thinking you can't be that stupid to know that you cheated and this is what you're saying. But then some people are crazy. Yeah,
some people are crazy. It's about hiding in plain sight. But then also, what if you recorded that before
He cheated.
He cheated. Then he came to realize he wasn't a real nigga afterwards. Do you get what I mean? Or sometimes as well, he cheated. He had within himself made peace and said, you know, I'm going to move forward, doing better. Upon reflection is when they came up with that line. Because he thought, you know what? I wasn't a real nigga. Now I am. Now I am the real deal. But anyway, he's denying it, which obviously he would. Whoever comes out saying, yes, I did cheat. But anyways, but still on topic of marriages though, Deion Sanders, where's Iman? I did this for him. But Deion Sanders and Tracy Edmonds, his wife, well, not his wife actually, his girl, they were engaged. No, they didn't make it down the altar, but basically, cut a long story short, they separated. They called off their engagement. So they met in 2012. That's 11 years ago. And they got engaged in 2019. And yeah, man, they've put out statements to say that it's all done, man. So she put out a statement saying, to everyone who has been there for us, supported us and shown us love, we have mutually decided that it is best for us to move forward in life as friends, in caps, and have made this decision with love in our hearts, respect for each other, and appreciation for the time we've shared together. Please keep us in your prayers as we go through this transition. Thank you for being there for us all these years. We love you and appreciate you so much. And then he commented on the post saying, love you, Tracy, and you've been a true blessing to me. I appreciate the times we've shared and the laughs we've had. You're an amazing woman and a tremendous mother. God bless you with every endeavor and every step you take. You are her. Tracy Mack. I like that. I think I love breakups that are positive because it doesn't always have to be bad. Sometimes someone is just not where you're at anymore in life and it's just not good. And you can go on being peaceful and stuff. I don't really believe all your exes should be your enemies. Some people deserve that and deserve to be cut off. But I feel like this was very, very positive and it was very sweet. And I hope they can navigate this together properly. Now, next one is foolishness. And it's foolishness from the British public that claim they're not racists. Well, here they go again. So Nella is still in the jungle. Sister's still going strong, honey. Big up Nella Rose every damn time. Basically, right, she's been getting a lot of hate since that first clip. But I'll be real, even if that clip didn't happen, the British public would have done what the British public were going to do anyway. So the I'm a Celebrity official Instagram account basically liked a video that was basically cussing Nella. Liked a comment that was cussing Nella. So someone must have said, something about whatever was going on there, and they said, you know why? Because Josie is a genuine person. Nelly Jelly Belly is just after publicity, whatever. Obviously, calling her Jelly Belly, that's fatphobic, isn't it? They put a statement out that says, yesterday we accidentally liked a comment on Instagram while scrolling down through viewer comments. The post in question contained unacceptable language about one of our campmates, and we apologise for the mistake made and any offence caused. We seek to champion all our campmates and would always urge our audience to be kind when commenting on social media. It's pathetic, man. Give the girl a break. She's still going through it. She still gets voted for the challenges and whatnot, but she's killing it, man. Even the other day, she got like 9 stars. It was so cute. It was so like, when people just, like when you see someone's inner child type of thing. And she came and she's like, guys, I did it. She's like, I got 9 stars and whatnot. People all in the comments were, oh, that's an easy trial. This time there's bare people that were like, that's one of the hardest trials in the show. But you have the people who don't like her, who don't want to like her, who are committed to hating this queen, saying, like nothing she ever does is basically good enough. But you are stupid, man, because I'm a Celebrity has basically become that show where politicians can go on there to do PR management. Matt Hancock did that and you lot just let him get away with all of it. Nigel Farage is in there now and you lot just letting him get away with it. You're focusing on the wrong things. And that is why this country will always be the way it is. And I'm not going to be shocked if the Conservatives win next year. I'm not going to be shocked at all, because this is the state of the people that we live with in this country. But anyways, big up Nella every damn time. And that is all from me. Let's get into our last headlines for today. All right, we're going to Africa for this one. So Burkina Faso and Niger have followed Mali in announcing they are to withdraw from an international force known as the G5 that was set up to fight Islamists in the Sahel region. All 3 countries are run by military rulers following coups who have formed their own mutual defense pact. Their so-called Alliance of Sahel States, AES, was signed in September, but Chad and Mauritania are still part of the G5 force, which is meant to be made up of 5,000 soldiers. A statement from the military-led governments of Burkina Faso and Niger was critical of the G5 force for failing to make the Sahel region safer. It also suggested that anti-jihadist force undermined the two African nations' desire for greater independence and dignity and was serving foreign interests instead. They also certainly meant France. Relations with the former colonial power have dramatically deteriorated. And our next headline, Guinea-Bissau's president says heavy gunfire that broke out in the capital on Friday was an attempted coup. He had been out of the country at the time, attending the UN's COP28 climate conference in Dubai. Speaking on Saturday, President Umaro Sissoko Embaló promised serious consequences for the perpetrators. This is the second foiled coup against his leadership in under 2 years. The unrest began late on Thursday evening into Friday mid-morning. A man described as the leader of a group of soldiers who tried to free a detained minister and a senior state official in Guinea-Bissau has been caught, the military says. Members of the National Guard had taken the officials before seeking refuge in barracks south of the city. Special forces then intervened after attempts to negotiate failed, resulting in an exchange of gunfire. Calm is said to have been restored later. Finance Minister Suleiman Sidi and Antonio Montero, the Secretary of State for the Treasury, had been detained amid investigations into the alleged irregular withdrawal of $10 million, which is about £8 million, of state funds. They were questioned on Thursday afternoon by an anti-corruption inquiry to clarify the payments to 11 companies. In a parliamentary session on Monday, the leader of the country's main opposition party alleged that the owners of the companies were close to leaders of the country's governing coalition. Mr. Saidi defended the payments as legal. And last headline for today, trigger warning on this. A British tourist has been injured and a German-Filipino man killed after a man's crime spree in Paris, which President Emmanuel Macron described as a terrorist attack. A 26-year-old Frenchman who carried out the violence on Quai de Grenelle near the Eiffel Tower shortly before 9 p.m. local time on Saturday was arrested after he was tasered by police. The two people injured, a Frenchman aged around 60 and a British tourist, were treated by emergency services and are believed to be in stable condition. He allegedly attacked one victim with a knife and used a hammer to injure two others. France's anti-terrorism prosecutor said on Sunday he has opened an investigation into the fatal stabbing of a 23-year-old German-Filipino tourist, allegedly by a man who had been under surveillance for suspected Islamic radicalization. Jean-Francois Ricard said in a news conference that suspect Armand Rajabo Miandob could face a preliminary charge of murder in connection with a terrorist enterprise. He said that the man is a French national who is being held in police custody. The terrorist, his name is too long, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this. The terrorist recorded a video before the attack in which he swore allegiance to the Islamic State group and expressed support for Islamic extremists operating in various areas including Africa, Iraq, Syria, Egypt, Sinai, Yemen, Iraq and Pakistan, Ricard said. The video in Arabic was published on X, formerly Twitter, where his recent posts, including references to the Israel-Hamas war, the prosecutor said. Mr. Ricard said that the terrorist was born in 1997. He's so young. In 1997, in Neuilly-sur-Seine, outside Paris, in a family with no religious affiliation. He converted to Islam at the age of 18. In 2016, he had planned to join the Islamic State group in Syria. The same year, he was convicted and imprisoned for 4 years until 2020 on a charge of planning violence. He was under psychiatric treatment and was on a special list for feared radicals, the prosecutor confirmed. After the end of a probation period during which he received mandatory psychiatric care, the terrorist was placed under surveillance of intelligence services, Mr. Ricard said. That's very sad news. But it's time to pay the bills, honey. Time to pay the bills. Let's get into the reaction.
Welcome to the reaction, people. Time for your sports headlines. I'll get into some, but obviously there was games over the weekend, Premiership football. I'll let you know some of the results. On Saturday, Arsenal beat Wolverhampton 2-1. Brentford beat Luton 3-1. Burnley battered Sheffield United 5-0. And Everton beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. And Newcastle United beat Manchester United 1-0. And yesterday's games, Bournemouth drew 2-2 with Villa. Chelsea, 10-man Chelsea at that, I think, beat Brighton 3-2. Liverpool came back with 2 late goals to beat Fulham 4-3. West Ham and Crystal Palace drew 1-1. And Man City and Spurs drew 1-1. Before I read these headlines, anything you want to say about your team?
It's a good weekend of football.
For some, depends who you talk to. I didn't watch the game, but I heard you lot were purring. I see a lot of people salivating over some of them. What was it, Saka's goal and Gabriel Jesus involved in the build-up and all these things. We said it's looking nice over there, yeah?
Yeah, it's looking nice. We haven't started yet, though, to be honest.
You say you started cooking yet?
Nah.
Are you top of the league now?
Here we are.
Oh, okay. Might be your season, man.
What's that? Right.
You never know. It might be your season, man. Surprised you're up there.
Yeah? I'm not.
No?
No, I'm not.
Let me see what the points are. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Let me see how well you are actually doing.
Have you given up on Ten Hag yet?
Whether it's time to... Me? No.
Okay.
2 points clear. That's a lot, boy. 2 points clear. You think you can hold off the Liverpool and City challenge? That's who it really is, isn't it? Villa's 4th. No, they're watching Villa. Spurs have got the injuries. Yeah.
I think we will see a couple more shuffles until it is that you could ask me that question again and be like, all right, cool. I could see it out. Yeah, because we still have to play Liverpool soon, I believe.
In that next week?
No, we're not playing Liverpool next week.
Have you got them in the FA Cup now as well or something?
Do we?
I don't know. Why did someone tell me that?
I don't know.
One sec. I know you got Villa next week. You got Liverpool soon, though.
Yeah, as I said, we got Liverpool soon. I'm looking forward to that game, though, because that's when it is that we'll see. What's Liverpool actually saying? Because they've been letting some goals in.
They'll be scoring some as well.
We haven't been letting goals in. We've got a nice defence.
Yeah, that's one thing you've definitely been conceding, isn't it?
I like the defence.
Okay. You ain't even got Timber there.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. That changes everything. And I'm hearing whispers, right? When Timber comes back in, they're going to push Zinchenko into the 8th position.
So what?
That's the rumor I'm hearing, man.
Okay. Are you sure?
That's the rumor I'm hearing. I woke up this morning and hit it in my head.
Go on, Zinni. Zinni can ball, though.
Can, but just not as defender.
All right, so I'll run through these headlines for you quickly. Kulusevski's 90-minute equaliser earned Spurs an amazing draw in a thrilling game. So Dejan Kulusevski conjured up a 90th minute equaliser to earn Tottenham a 3-3 draw against Man City in a thrilling game at the Etihad Stadium. Jack Grealish had looked to come off the bench to win it for the Premier League champions, but in a game of high drama, Tottenham, who had led early on through Heung-min Son, mustered a second equaliser to end their run of 3 consecutive defeats. The match had it all from the outset, Son scoring at both ends before Phil Foden appeared to put City in control. But Erling Haaland wasted chances and Pep Guardiola's side also struck the post and bar before Giovanni Lo Celso made them pay midway through the second half. Grealish thought he had decided it late on, but Kulusevski had the final say to reward Ange Postecoglou's entertaining approach. Spurs moved back up to 5th in the table, while City missed a chance to move back to 2nd and are now 3 points off leaders Arsenal. The entertainment was the focus, but there was time for late refereeing drama when Simon Hooper elected to stop play for a foul on Haaland after briefly seeming to have played on. It denied Grealish the chance to race clear on goal and sparked angry scenes. Haaland continued his process against the decision at the final whistle before also tweeting his disbelief at the controversial call.
Did you see that?
What, his tweet?
No. The actual incident they're talking about.
Nah, I was in R&B.
It was literally like the last second, right? And I think somebody tried to foul Haaland, and he got up, continued, and the ref did that. He didn't call for the foul. He said, "Play on. You've got the advantage." And then Haaland clipped it over. It was free for black women's favorite white guy playing for Man City. Can't remember what his name is.
Grealish.
That's the one. And I could see a goal. And then as soon as it is that you saw the referee see that it was all clear, he's like,
Which blew the
he
final
blew
whistle.
it. He blew it. This is within a couple seconds of him saying, "Play on." Right? I'm not going to call a foul. Play on. Give you the advantage. He clipped it over. Then he said, "Nah, this is a goal. We can't have this."
Right. Was it like it wasn't like before time or nothing like that? If that makes sense. Did he reach his minimum minutes that he said?
I assume that he did reach the minimum, right? But if you've gone like this to play on,
Then they're playing on.
precisely, you've given him the advantage. You need to see the advantage being played out, right?
Technically.
This is it. And it's literally seconds. I'm not even talking about 5 seconds. It's the same play. As soon as you saw him going through, end the game. They were furious. They started touching the ref. They started touching the ref.
You have to go and watch that. Quick story here, no one cares about. Anthony Gordon's goal moves Eddie Howe's side up to 5th with a win at St James's Park. So Anthony Gordon's goal gave Newcastle a deserved 1-0 win against Manchester United as they moved above their opponents in the Premier League table. Gordon converted Kieran Trippier's low cross in the 55th minute to score the goal that reflected Newcastle's dominance. The energy and endeavour shown by Eddie Howe's side at St James's Park was in stark contrast to the dismal display of the away team. Harry Maguire did deflect Anthony's shot into the net late on, but was in an offside position and the equaliser would have been undeserved. Erik ten Hag sees his team drop to 7th, while Newcastle also go above Tottenham in moving up to 5th. Did you watch any of that game?
The Newcastle game? What, when they beat you all? No, is that what the game you're talking about?
Brother, the game they just had on the weekend, the last time they played. Do you know the result?
I missed it, man. I think it was 1-0.
Yeah.
I heard that y'all got... It wasn't a close 1-0.
No, we were just on the back foot.
I heard they're getting onto Rashford now. Is it fair?
Well, he's having a really bad season. He's not happy about something. He's not trying. Have you seen that clip? You seen that clip going around of where he got subbed and he's sitting next to Reguilon and they're trying to say that he says, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing here?" Man?
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate lip reading.
No.
No.
He says something, and he wasn't in no position to be disgruntled because he hasn't been playing good. But
can you remember when you said that he was not on the same level as Mbappe, but he's nearly there?
no,
Can you remember that?
no. I remember saying
Because it sounds wild.
no. I remember saying like he's one of the best players in the world at the moment while he was doing what he was doing. Everybody could look clever with hindsight. What about today? Like when you're looking in the moment and you're giving out the facts, and the facts was the purple patch that he was on, the scoring that he was doing, the performances he was doing at the time, all the adulation and thing was warranted. You know what I'm saying? And then now he's in bad form. I think all the criticism's warranted as well. That's just how it goes with football. It's ups and downs, peaks and troughs. You get me? The only few that stay, well, that sets everybody apart with the consistency, but just stay at the top of their game forever. That's not something that happens. So he's in a down patch in a minute. Does that mean he doesn't have none of the ability that he showed last year because he's in bad form?
Would there be any time when it is that you actually do give up on Ten Hag? Like, what would need to happen for you?
For me to give up on Ten Hag,
Yeah.
I have to get sacked. He's not my manager no more.
Oh, so you're going to support him until it is that he... But you never call for his sacking. You never say, nah, the manager needs to be replaced.
I don't call for no manager sacking.
Did you ever call for the hair to be removed and a better keeper to come in?
Yeah, it's different with the players.
But the manager's different?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
There's bare players I don't want playing for my team. They're not trying. The manager
Do
can
you
only...
still think that he's one of the best in the world,
Who?
Ten Hag? Because he said he was the best, well, one of the best in the Premier League.
Well,
He said it was Pep, then you're like, Klopp and Ten Hag.
Well, nothing ain't changed. He's as manager ain't won nothing still. So I mean, what's he got? One FA Cup.
So you would still say he's the...
I'd say he's a better manager. It's like if you looked at his CV and his credentials and you put them in world rankings, I'd say he's a better manager than Arteta. So I don't know what you want to say.
I thought we were just talking about form in the present. You were just saying...
Oh, no, on form, he's not one of the top managers.
So
no.
where is he on form?
Like middle of the road. We was at the form before we lost
Where
that.
is he on form? Middle of the road? As in like... Who,
Yeah,
what
like,
team?
Before we lost that Newcastle game, we was the form team in the Premier, remember?
Yeah, I hear you saying that.
Yeah, so I don't know what you want to say. Man.
This is before you got slapped up in the Champions League?
I just said it in the Prem. We ain't
How
been.
did you feel about that?
We ain't been good in the
that
Champions League.
game though. Champions League game. Is it Galatasaray?
Yeah, it was a bad game, but it's the goalkeeper, innit? But like that's what I'm trying to say.
He can't be the goalkeeper, not Superman.
What, the Galatasaray game?
Not the best goalkeeper in the world.
What, you can't have bad days?
He's only had a couple of bad days.
That was a bad game, man. That was probably. There's been a few. I think he's been good, man. I think he's been good for us. I think he's been decent. There was a lot of pressure on him, and people were chatting shit. I think I can think of before the Galatasaray game, maybe 2 dodgy goalkeeping decisions
Yeah.
that he done. But apart from that,
So
I've been
before
cool with him.
Galatasaray, there wasn't any like storyline or narrative around Onana not being up for it.
Yeah, no, of course, but there's storylines and narrative around everything United do. This is heavy as the head that wears the crown. When you're the top boys, this is what happens.
Oh, is
People
that what it
create
is?
narratives. Like it's not even just like fan bases that do it. The big, massive publications do it. Sky Sports, Talk Sport. If you see the way that they run their Twitter accounts and stuff like that, like there's always a narrative and agenda against Manchester United. That's what comes with being United. We understand that. So that don't mean
I guess I understand that too.
yeah. That's
It always comes with being an Arsenal. That's literally what is they focus on.
yeah.
Even though we're at the top, that's what they focus on.
This is what I'm saying.
They
So
nitpick.
that's neither here nor there. Again, things are never as bad as they're made out,
So do you think it's
and
not
they're
as
never
bad as
and
people
they're
are making
never
out
and
to
they're
be?
never as good as they're made out.
Do you think
When
it's not as bad as people are making out to be?
What, at United?
Yeah.
it's close to.
Mm.
It's close to, and not because I think the gaffer's rubbish. I think it's because they're starting to see signs of a disconnect between the players and the manager.
Only now.
Yeah, I'm only just starting to see them now recently, yeah.
Mm.
And that can't be the manager because it's the same players that we've had there for time.
Yeah,
So-
it can't be a manager.
It can't be the manager. We've had the best manager in the world with them, with practically the same players, and they've done the same thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Same thing.
Yeah, they always do. There's player power. It's easier to replace one person than it is to replace 25 people. The players' power in that club, yeah, but that's the power that's been handed to them players. Is United have screwed themselves, and it's there to be seen. Whenever they're ready, they get the managers out of there. Like whenever they're ready, they get gaffers out of there. And at one point, at any point throughout them seasons, they've performed for the managers. They've performed at levels where they've managed to get results and do decent things and always just tick by and get over, hit achievements where we get back into the Champions League. Last year they won a cup. Like we finished second. We've done things like they've from Oli to Mourinho to Ten Hag. It's the same mindset. It's the same group. When they switch on the gaffers, they get them out of there. So I'm not onto the gaffers. Even like I said, I didn't think Oli done half as bad a job as people made out. You get me? I think Oli was decent. And even like now, after the fact, you hear stories come out where Oli's talking to his backroom staff and he's saying, these men are gonna get me sacked. You know what I'm trying to say? They're a treacherous bunch of players. And none of them shouldn't be there. You know what I'm trying to say? So that gaffer narrative is fine, but if you don't, I don't, like I said, I don't deal with problems, I deal with solutions. So if you can't tell me who should be coming in and managing, then I don't understand what you're talking about. If you can't tell, I don't know what makes you think anybody's going to change them players' mentalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is. That's with the gaffer. I put a bet on the weekend, yeah. I didn't want to bet on the game, but I was just, I usually do like shots on target, stupid stuff, like especially like with midfielders. I done Joe Linton, yellow card, shot on target. And then I done one for McTominay, yellow card, and just a shot. He didn't have to hit the target. You know what I'm trying to say? Joe Linton's one come in, McTominay's one didn't. For my midfielder to be at St James's Park and not even come close, to shooting the ball, that could have went in the stands. It could have went anywhere, or even getting a foul, a tackle in the midfield. That he was never in any danger of doing neither. Not getting the yellow card, not getting a shot. You know what I'm trying to say? These man's work ethic and desire and stuff, it's not there. You get me? So
it's interesting because last year the same team was who you were comparing to Arsenal, like player for player.
Well, they performed better than you last year, and you still don't want to admit that. And this is my point, and it just speaks to my point that I'm making. Last year they must have been happy with the gaffer, innit? Last year whatever they was doing was working for them, and they was fine, innit? This year, not so much.
So you really didn't see the correlation between Saliba popping down and Arsenal's performance dipping?
Nah.
Do you see the difference now?
So what if Saliba pops down now? He's not lost it again.
No, we haven't had a pop down, but can you see our defensive?
But I'm saying if Saliba goes again, are you saying you're not going to win the league?
I didn't say we would win the league.
Oh, well, you're not close to there, bro. You're not going to challenge. What are you going to do? That's what I'm asking you. Is that what it is? I don't get it. It shouldn't all be on Saliba.
Sorry. You said that with United, the bare players you want gone.
Yeah.
What are the players?
What, I want gone?
Yeah. That they shouldn't be playing for United.
Let's just go for the start. Who's the starting lineup?
You got the best keeper in the world, right?
No, he's not the best keeper in the world. Surely not.
Okay.
He's not even the best
Second
goalkeeper in the league.
Second
Edison, Alisson, Onana, third best goalkeeper in the league.
Sorry, go on. Continue.
Who else? Who wouldn't I want playing for that team? I just used to go through the starting lineup. Dalot don't need to be there, or he could be backup. He shouldn't be starting. Wan-Bissaka shouldn't be starting. Maguire shouldn't be starting. Shaw shouldn't be starting at a centre back, maybe at left back, but not a centre back. So that's the whole back line already.
No, as in not starting, as in they shouldn't be at United. That's what you said.
Okay, cool. Dalot, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Martial. Who else started? I'm just going for the starting lineup as well.
All right. And these are influential players? They have influence in the dressing room?
They must do. They've been there forever. That was, I have 11 sides, 5 man.
So the players that you just mentioned, they are the one who are causing the funk towards the manager?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't know who's causing the funk. There could be other players causing funks. But them man, the team's not good enough, is it? You get me?
I knew that last year, to be honest.
It's the
same team as last year.
It's the mentality of the boys. You get what I'm trying to say? It's the mentality of the boys. That team, as much as I'm saying I wouldn't want them there, remember, we're going through injury stuff. Newcastle's going through injury stuff too. That team was, to a man, should have been better than that Newcastle team. You get me? But it's what's up here. You get me? Rashford needs to do more. You know what I'm saying?
It's not Rashford's fault, yeah.
No, I'm saying he needs to concentrate. He needs to get everybody back on this.
Surely it's not just Rashford.
Huh?
Surely it's not just Rashford.
No, I'm saying Rashford needs to get them concentrating. I'm saying that's his.
As a leader.
That's his celebration.
Okay.
You see what I'm doing?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's all. It's tough times at United, man. But I don't think what manager in world football you want to see at United? Who would you like to see over there?
I would like to see Ten Hag stay. And I like Onana between the sticks.
Yeah, I like Onana between the sticks. Onana was good in the Newcastle game. It was good. He's ball-footed. He's cold. Goalkeeper's going to make shaky things. But yeah, Onana needs to stay. Onana's cold. And Ten Hag can stay, man. Remember, you was finishing 8th and thing with Arteta. Now look at you. Imagine you got rid of Arteta in the first 2 seasons. Oh, God. Where would you be?
Sorry, are you comparing Arteta and Ten Hag again?
Well, what did you do? Finish 8th under Arteta. He finished 4th with a cup, and then we'll see where he finishes this year. So, yeah.
All right, cool. Like I said, I want Ten Hag to stay. So, I hope he stays as long as Arteta stays. I want you all to have the manager you deserve.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I get the way you're trying to think it, but there's not. I don't see no slight there. And everybody, like I was trying to say, just playing into a narrative. We're not in the position we're in because of our manager. We've had arguably one of the greatest managers in football history there and end up in the same position. So it sounds cute when you're saying that, oh, I hope he stays. Yeah, I hope he stays too. Some consistency. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Yes, that'll be fine. I hope players go. You get me? I hope players go and we get a turnaround and then we'll be all right. Because, yeah, there ain't no one. Who's out there? Can't you ever think? Who's out there?
I don't want to look past Ten Hag, to be honest.
Yeah, we shouldn't need to, man. He outperformed Arteta last year, so if we go off that, that's good.
Chelsea winning with 10 men is good.
Yeah, against a strong Brighton side.
Spurs going to Etihad and getting a point. That's sick.
Yeah, especially in the fashion that they done it.
And they ain't got their a few of the important players are out, right? So does that say more about Man City than it says about Spurs, or can two things be true?
Man City, what are we in? We're coming to December. Man City ain't clicking yet.
Neither Arsenal.
You think you've got that Man City thing in you? Because obviously they're probably leaving it a little bit late. Now we're into December, but Man City got something in them that if and then
because we've seen it time and time again.
We've seen it time and time.
Hasn't been playing.
We've seen it time and time
100%.
again. Yeah, so this ain't no conjecture or nothing like that. They can do this,
yes,
and then we know they're gonna win every game for the rest of the season. Do you think Arsenal got that in you?
I don't know, because you just used a sample size. We don't have sample sizes like that.
Yeah.
We don't have previous where is it we can say this is what we did. What I can say, and I have been saying, I love our defense this season.
No, the defense has been cold.
And I love the fact that, not that I've been proven wrong about Rice, because I said I wasn't watching Rice. Do you understand? But I love the fact that Rice.
Give me my flowers, man.
No, you can take it. Mama, I told you, I want you to be true. I want what you're saying to be legit. I love the fact that he doesn't get injured. Touch wood. And I love the fact that we're even looking to go into January saying, yeah, we need a purchase or two. And we've also identified we definitely need a striker. We may not get a striker in January, 100%. But just imagine our defense, our midfield, and our striking once it is that we have that sorted.
You still out on Hazard? I mean, Havertz.
I still haven't seen enough for me to be like, yeah, he's the next best thing since sliced bread.
He's improving, though, isn't it?
Yes, he is improving. And I will allow him to continue improving.
Okay. Arsenal in a good space, man.
I'm sold on Rice. And again, Timber is coming back. We haven't had Timber the entire... We saw how Timber was playing when it is that the season started. Oh, my goodness. This is great.
When he playing out of position as well?
No.
He's not a left back.
He wasn't at left back. He was at right back.
No, he
wasn't.
weren't.
It was Partey at right back.
He was a left back.
Yeah. He was. But doesn't that just show you how dope he is?
I suppose.
He's
So when he comes
versatile.
back into the team, he's going to come back in at left back, you're saying?
I believe so, right? And I want Arteta to be like, there's an 8 position that we want fulfilled, right? And we know that Zinchenko plays that particular position for his flipping national team. Why not solve this problem? Just put him there. Yes, it was me. It was I. This is my thought. I want that to happen.
Okay.
Don't you think that'd be good?
He plays there anyway, so...
I need the defender, right? This is what I'm saying.
No, on the pitch, I watch you play. He's in the midfield all the time. Like, constantly.
All the time. And if it is, we have Timber just there. Proper defending and proper, like I'm salivating, man. Because I said we may not win this season. And this whole prerequisite for us to win the league just because, I don't know what it means, man. I mean,
when are you going to win?
Wait.
When are you going to win it?
Wait. I told you, this year we have a great opportunity, right? This is the beginning of the year. I'm thinking we're going to push on from here. When it is that you asked me what's going to happen next year, you said Arsenal are going to be 5th. I'm like, what have you seen over this last year that has you say that Arsenal are going to be 5th? You even question whether it is that we will even make the Champions League. This is what you were saying.
There's still time to go.
Okay, cool. But based on my football eye, we've been playing very well. Well, we haven't been playing very well. We haven't been playing compared to how we played last year. We haven't been as fluid, but we've been playing very well.
It's just a bit more, just like stoic performances, I suppose. But like,
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
you're not playing better than you was last year.
No, not yet. But defense-wise, solid. And I like that. I just need that front position. I need that sorted because I like to see goals too. Do you understand? And we've got everything sorted. Just them goals, man.
So when are you going to win the league?
Like I said, this year, we have a good opportunity, right? If it is that we do well in the January window, God willing, we decide crazy, pick up a striker. I don't think it's happening though, right? But we keep Jesus fit. We get in a midfielder. I think we'll score more goals. So that will tie us over until summer. And then come last 15 games, if it is, they were still first, second. Oh, I'm confident. Because then it will get warmer, you know. The fluids will get back. We'll start to cook. And I fully believe that.
Well, we're nearly halfway through the season.
And we're looking good.
Okay. Up the Reds, man. Well, and then my last headline for today, UK Championship 2023. This is about the snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan claimed record-extending 8th title. So Ronnie O'Sullivan became the oldest ever UK champion with a 10-7 victory over Ding Junhui, as he claimed a record-extending 8th title in York. O'Sullivan's triumph has come 2 days before he turns 48 and 3 decades on from being the youngest player to win the UK Championship, age 17. The match was delicately poised at 4-4, heading into Sunday's final session, but O'Sullivan pulled clear with 4 half-centuries and 2 centuries to secure the £250,000 top prize. O'Sullivan's remarkable longevity at the top of the game means he eclipses Doug Montjoy's long-standing mark from 1988 when he won his second UK title, aged 46, against Stephen Hendry. Each tournament I win and play in, I take great pleasure from, O'Sullivan told BBC Sport. I've had to come out and have a good head. There was a big crowd and I wanted to leave blood, sweat and tears on the table. I came out and gave my all and I love competing. I always keep beating myself up because of the age thing. I keep thinking at some point you have to stop winning, but I'm doing all the right things. We'll keep on going until the wheels fall off. That's Ronnie O'Sullivan. Can't you play snooker until like forever?
I'm taking you because I remember watching Ronnie when I was younger, man.
Yeah.
He's still cooking.
He's still cooking.
Yeah, man. I love them snooker players, you know.
He was cold. What is it that will go? The concentration or something like that? Because what stops you from playing snooker at 50, 55? Like
55 should still be young in other sports. Well, in life.
In life.
Yeah,
You'll be old
if
in
you
other
look
sports.
after yourself.
But yeah,
He's got money. You should be looking after himself.
Yeah, if you're just walking around the table and just and then you've been doing it for 50 years, you should be cold.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
The next thing I like is darts.
Uh
I think that's so wavy. And the fact they can get it pinpoint each time, I'm like, that level of forensic focus is dizzying.
yeah, that Tekkas is crazy with the darts thing. So
I,
can you play it?
no, I can't say yes because I think I'm good at everything, and I think I can get good at everything, but I don't play darts enough to say I'm good at it.
Okay. I can't play darts.
I can play snooker, pool, table tennis. Like I'm really good at table tennis, and obviously pool's just like angles and stuff, innit? Tennis, squash, badminton. Yeah. Anything where it is that you could trick and then do the little sleight of handness, you know? Look that way, let's do that. I do madness. You know, like Federer. I'm a Federer type of guy.
I said I'm like a Federer. Okay. That's enough
I'm
of the
a
sports
Federer
headlines. We've had enough. That's it. Let's get into that, please.
He's not just brute force. Do you understand?
There's finesse there. innit?
Yes, the finessing.
Okay, Federer. She's had enough of you as well.
that door like,
When she stood up, was like,
sorry. Like, the way you open the jar, like, damn, what did it say? A little snooker.
All right, then. Done at air. I'll play the link from the number one, Brent, because it's kind of in keeping with what you was talking about. Does this make you... Because I read one of the comments and they just said black people. Does this make you feel anything, Esther?
That's it.
At first,
Sorry, I'm just play the volume.
Are they robbers?
yes, so, yeah.
have shit over here.
That's like a team. They've got all the same hoodies on.
Isn't there one in the shop?
Definitely not no security. It's tough.
Like a flash mob, right?
It's like literally.
It's tough out here, man. I mean,
Do you know what it is there? When you start stealing, is how you know how people are greedy. Because the first guy just picked up like 4 or 5 hoodies. The other one's trying to take the whole rack.
if you're gonna take it,
See? Just come on, look at it. Look at him. Come on. Now that might be how you get caught. You don't left your DNA on the scene.
Yeah, I see. One of the top comments on this video is like black people with a hand over the face.
No, but do you
Their
see?
embarrassment.
Do you hear the woman who said that damn can have nothing nice?
Does that make you feel embarrassed, Brent?
Me?
Or is it because they're not from England? I swear, because I heard that American accents.
Yeah, it's American.
Remember when you had the Brixton riots? Or should I say London riots?
Yeah, the London ones. Talking about.
Gonna get your ass.
I don't feel away. I just saw there's opportunity meets like reward in it. No risk. Risk reward it was high then. And everybody was just helping themselves to
Some.
yeah.
So do you pick and choose then? Because obviously, weren't you on the side of it? You're saying like if someone was on, when they've got big platforms and they're on TV, and if they're making themselves look foolish, there's that kind of, they're representing all of us kind of thing. And you'd want them to do better and be the best that they can be. But when there's people doing vandalism and robbery and all these things that you're just saying you just see opportunity there, so just let them land.
Sorry, you mistaken what I've said. You asked me if it's a feel away watching it. As
Yeah,
in
because
that
you
I
might
feel
feel
embarrassed.
Because okay, so but obviously, like I said, if when it's like a if like I said, if Iman was reading out some heinous acts from the headlines, and by the end of it we found out it was a black man, you feel like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I
you get what I'm trying
I
to
don't
say?
like when black people do criminal activity so brazenly. So you said that you're a criminal, right? Ex-criminal. Recovering criminal. And the activities that you used to get involved in, I'm not a fan of that. Do you understand? I would rather you not do that. But I'm aware that poverty forces people to do a whole set of different things. Those two things exist, right? I'm not saying that that's why you started doing what you were doing. Don't you need to print out something for you? All right, okay.
Actually, I found a message. I messaged you. Oh, yeah.
The what? No.
Outside is so great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I have no comment, like no words.
Yeah. But during these particular riots, right, I happen to see all shades,
That's true.
right? A lot of the times what gets depicted are only the blacks. And they purposely do that. So I have that in my mind also when they look to put these clips up.
Are we even sure that every the kids in that video were black?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, for real.
I don't know. But I don't feel a way about that because I believe that if white people had that same opportunity, they would go and do the same thing. Do you understand? Do you not understand?
They do.
No, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. So technically, we can't speak to their conditions, their scenarios, their whatever situations that they're living in, and the necessity of said behavior.
I'm not saying this is linked to poverty.
No, but I'm
This
saying
is just opportunity.
He
but-
sounds
well, it's
just
not
like
really-
me on
it's-
Friday.
I think it's got. I would say it must be linked more to poverty than opportunity because that's not really an opportunity. Like the opportunity is always there. It's not like oh there was a shop like that shop's always there open. Like they could have run in and do that any day they want. So I don't see that as like an opportunity.
I don't know what
No, it's definitely
came
opportunity
before
because
this.
not one security guard was
Yeah, I
inside.
don't know what came before this. I don't know if there's something happening outside and all the security guards are just displaced. I
And so
haven't got a clue what-
distracted.
Yeah, we just saw this clip. I don't know what.
But if it was driven out of necessity, then it's hard to put them on Done It.
I don't think that was necessity.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
was
it's-
sorry with
I
you.
don't think it's necessary.
They had nice tracksuits on.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it was necessity. I think it was just deviance. And just the fact that they could, so they did. It was opportunity, they just took it.
When a stick-up kid does his business, how do you see it? Let's just say you're not the crew that gets got.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
You see it as, oh, they were slipping. They were asking for us to go and take their goods.
Yeah, some people are food for the wolves, isn't it? That's just how it goes.
Yes. But I do believe during the riots, it's a different thing altogether.
Yeah. The riots
Altogether.
What was the riots? The riots was probably more. I'll say that was just opportunity. Innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, it started with frustration and anger, and then once it exploded, then the majority of the people, like whoever set pace, wasn't necessarily. Whoever set pace was still just in the name of frustration, anger, just disruption, destruction. Innit? That's fine. But once that ball got rolling, there was too many people who saw opportunity to say, "Oh, I can take this. I can get a TV." Okay, let me go get a TV. But even then, was it all worth it? A lot of people went to prison for that. You know, I think there's still. I don't think there's still a backlog now. I think they cleaned it up, but they done such a good job of like going back and backdating these sentences and these repercussions. But was it worth it?
For who?
For
the people
for the
that-
people that
Nope.
for the opportunities that took the
Nope.
tellies and thing.
Nope. Not at all.
So it's never worth it then. And even if these stupid kids, if they come and get nicked and stuff.
Do you see fraud and theft differently? Like, you know how people see like deets and stuff? Do you see it differently than criminality? Like what you mentioned before?
I think, I do kind of see it differently, but I think it's depending on what you do. If you're on a Robin Hood thing, and obviously they probably don't even do their due diligence enough to even care. They don't differentiate between whatever. Once they get their details and they use it, innit? If you're on a Robin Hood thing, you're taking it from people that can afford it, more power to you. You get me? If you're defrauding vulnerable people that work hard for their shit, well, obviously everybody works hard, sorry, but vulnerable people or like, you know what, you clear out old people's savings
Yeah,
and
that's
them
sad,
kind of man there. It's like, come on, man. Like, every killer's got to have a code. You get what I'm saying? So it depends on who you're doing it to. But I do see fraud differently to that kind of stuff, though, yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if these kids are done it, yeah. Maybe they are, actually, you know, because obviously I don't want to be promoting theft and robbery and thing. There's got to be a better way than this, man. There's got to be a better way than this. And they're definitely done it, yeah, you get me? Because they're being perceived as black people. So they're
Being perceived as black.
That's
They're
what they
black.
Well, again, they're all masked up on that, so I can't guarantee that. You know what I'm trying to say? But they are.
Oh my gosh, sorry, can you play a video again? Because why did I assume they're black?
Yeah, they were
Did
black.
I see a hand or something?
Are you sure?
I must
Are
have
you
said
sure,
that.
Brent?
All right, let's play it and let's see how many melanated skin you see.
We can spot.
You can actually spot.
You play for yourself.
Yeah,
You an egg? Can you
Oh,
put?
sorry.
Can
Can you see that?
Yes, we can. Thank you very much.
Look at the stats.
That kid is annoying as heck.
Man said, look at his start saying that's a black man. Man said, look at the stars. Don't do that.
No, that's melanin. Melanin.
No, 1 second. That second one, that could have been a Mexican.
Melanin.
Nah, that second one was light.
Look at this one. This one
skinned.
definitely. Look at the
Melanin. That's got the Ghanaian bum.
Heavy set.
That's a Ghanaian bum anywhere.
No.
That's melanin. I saw his hand.
No mask here.
That's so dumb. He must have just joined in impromptu. I don't think he's part of the crew. He's definitely getting got.
This is some of these could be Latinos, you know.
Look at this young lady here.
I think some of them could be Latinos.
She could be Afro-Latina. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
Because
definitely
they don't
saw.
cut us black.
We just get the blame for everything,
Apparently.
man.
So we get the blame of everything. Well, now who's done? Society.
You know what it is? Them guys like grabbed the last bit. I don't think they was involved, you know.
They're not, you know.
I don't think.
Is this what we're doing?
But that's mad. They're gonna be the ones to get caught. They're gonna be the ones to get caught.
You can tell everybody that was on this mission had the hoodie on. Them guys there just
They
said, wait
just said,
there.
wait,
They
Listen,
brought bags. Can you see they brought bags?
Yeah. That kid is annoying.
that one there, man, I don't know if
That's
that's a black
melanin.
kid. I don't
Black.
think the second face I saw, I don't think that's a black kid, man.
That part was black. His eyes and his hands are black as well. That one is definitely Latino.
Yeah, sure.
Look.
Nah, she's silly.
They are so shit.
Oh no, but she's got the bag there. They've got the bags. Maybe that's the store bag. I think that's the store's bag, you know.
They look like they 100% weren't involved in that
They
mission.
said white pay.
And they said, wait there, what? This is what we on?
Bet.
This is what we doing? Bet.
Literally,
Get us
they were out.
If you was there, would you get involved?
Nah, man.
No?
You know I'm scared. You know I can't go to jail.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no men in jail. Silly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like the type of theft that you'd be involved in, surely it needs to be one of them backdoor,
Yeah.
like
I can't
inside man type of thing.
Yeah, it can't be boots on ground kind
I'm
of
not,
theft.
I'm not placing myself there.
Nope.
I say, I need to meet here to drop off such and such, and I'll send a.
I run errand boy.
Yeah. Remove me from the mix.
But like I get errand boy from like one of those apps where, them get to someone to do something apps, not someone that knows where I live and my
TaskRabbit.
mum is.
Yeah, the things like that are I'm above moves like that, definitely. Like, I wouldn't mind orchestrating it, like what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
this is it.
I could orchestrate it and let them know this is the plan, this is what we're doing, and then reap the benefits. But I'm not in that.
I'm not boots on ground
I'm not in that shop.
type of criminal.
Yeah, I'm not in that shop doing that. I don't know how bad things have got to be for me to go and do that, because
It's gonna be really bad.
that's crazy. Because even once they get out of the shop, they're running down the street with like 10 trainer boxes, like bags.
That's
and
why
that.
the guy who took the rack of hoodies, yeah, so he's gonna run like this.
Now this
Unless
is
they
hot.
got a car.
What are they gonna do?
Getaway
All the way
driver
back to the yard. That's
believe-
bait. That's a bait move.
I believe they have cars outside.
They must have a
Because they brought
getaway
bags.
driver.
They thought about this. They have cars outside.
They must do.
It's definitely
but
not
a van.
bicycles that they have. They have cars outside.
Maybe at least a van.
You gotta
innit?
have a van. You gotta have like a white, no license plate.
You're not running home. Or what?
Getting on the bus, getting on the metro. That's stolen goods. That's crazy.
Oh, that was jokes, man. Big them up, man.
Pick them up.
They done their thing, man. These are still done at it, man. Let's get into our hat trial.
That's so funny. Oh, I forgot to say, like the video. Hi, people. I was gonna say morning, people. It's why I'm tired. Yeah, I'm so tired. My brain, like, I can't even think like that. I can't even think properly. Thank you for spending your Monday morning with us. We appreciate it. Please like the video if you haven't yet. Also subscribe to the channel. Pick up our researchers every single time. Brent's AI. People them are doing the great things. Hope you don't like your merch. Follow us on our social media platforms as well. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok at the day after TNB. TNB stands for the new black. Just in case you don't know, and we never spell it with an A. If you want to send your dilemmas in, also the number to call when we're live on air, the number is 075 64841073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or you'd like to feature on the show, there's an email address for that. And it is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Everyone have a great Monday. And as always, we'll be here tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.